It's the two teams next to each other in the alphabet, but not the league today, as Leeds take on Leicester, as two teams definitely look to turn around some shaky form at the start of the season. Won't you join us for a watch-along?
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes, hello and welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Good afternoon for all of you tuning in from the United Kingdom, and good morning from all of you tuning in from North America and anywhere else around the world. An exciting match coming up today, Leicester versus Leeds, two teams that are looking to climb up the tables, both teams that probably don't feel like they should be where they are in the standings, but let's get your views, let's get your comments in. Good morning, at least from my end of things, Redface. Good afternoon from the counselor. Here we go again. We do have some lineup information as well. Casey's already mentioning that a little bit and that we're going all out attack. And as always, please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. We'll do my best to get as many views up as possible, both here and during the match as well. But yes, so please get your views in. I'll put the link in as well shortly for us to get in and discuss. Already some rumors around Rogers, and then Mark Olivier also bringing up the lineup. So let's get right into things with the lineups. We can start off with Leicester. So from the information that I've got, I've been seeing a 4-3-3 coming up with Castagna, Soyuncu, Evans, and Pereira in front of Schmeichel, Tielemans, Soumare, and Ndidi, and then a front three of Lookman, Vardy, and Barnes. However, knowing the system that Brendan tends to run, I think we can assume that Barnes and Lookman will be sitting a little bit further back, and we might be sort of flexing between a 4-3-3 and a 4-5-1. And then we'll quickly run through the Leeds lineup as well, and then I've got Tom on as well, so we can have some quick discussion. Let's run through the Leeds lineup, a 3-3-3-1 formation, relatively unchanged from what they've played quite often. Meslier in net, Cooper, Struijk, and Llorente in the back line, Dallas, Phillips, and Forshaw in the middle, Harrison, Rodrigo, and Rafinha sitting just behind Dan James. So two pretty exciting lineups all around from the teams. Carlos, I am indeed Canadian, but let's bring on someone from the United Kingdom. Tom, if you're ready, let's add you in. How are you doing?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. So a disappointing result against Spartak, but looks like we are playing more aggressively than we have in most games to make up for it today.
He's definitely changed his tactics. He's definitely changed formation, what I think he had to do. But let's remember one thing. This is the first time all season we are playing a game with Wilfred Ndidi and Johnny Evans in the same team. Hasn't happened this season. So
I'm the one that makes the lineup graphics, and I didn't even make that connection.
Yeah, first time all season, Johnny Evans and Wilfred Ndidi will play together. So maybe it's the missing pieces to the jigsaw we've missed all season, them two not playing together. We will see this afternoon. But more than happy with the lineup. Very, very sorry for Daniel Amati, who's been brilliant for me the last 4 games. Maybe the Arsenal game a bit shaky, but bar that, I think he's been one of the top players. And for a performances level, Daniel Amati should be unlucky not to be included in the starting lineup. But going to a flat back 4 or a 4 at the back with the 2 attacking wing backs, it was obvious that Daniel was the only one who was going to be the one dropped this afternoon.
Very fair. And I know we did talk a lot about sort of talismanic players. And it is possible that Wilfred Ndidi doesn't get enough conversation when we discuss that, because he has been just a solid rock. Like season by season, he's one of the players that gets the most tackles in across the board. So it's always easy for us to say that, yes, things will be different, but do you think things will be different with him in the lineup? Do you think he could be what's been missing?
Yeah, I think we do. I mean, Bubaka Soumare has been excellent for me since he's come in. He's had a couple of performances where he's not been at the highest standards, but for me, what I've seen of him, I'm very encouraged by what a player we've got there, and he's doing the same kind of job. I asked the question actually on Thursday night on BBC Radio Leicester after the game, how do you keep Boubacar Samari and Ndidi in the same team, he's gone and done it. He's dropped Maddison for today, or he's not brought Maddison back in after his sickness bug. I generally all know how much our win percentage with Ndidi in the team is compared to without him, and Ndidi's a massive part of the way Leicester play, because it can be a bit more freedom going forward and not have to rely on, having the Tillemans a bit deeper, Boubacar a bit deeper, trying to make up for that miss. So Ndidi's crucial to the way Leicester plays. I think we all know that over the years. And then Ndidi's on fire, Leicester on fire. It's a different team. So, look, it's going to be a tough game today. I'm not taking anything for granted. This Leeds team haven't had the best start to the season. They're going to be fighting. Bielsa's team's not going to come out and lay down for Leicester. It's going to be a tricky tie. It'll be interesting to see how we get on with their wingers. Rafinha has been on fire for them this season. Dan James, talented young man. Probably haven't seen the best of him at Leeds yet, but there is a very talented Welshman there. It's going to be a tricky game today. And look, Ndidi's crucial to the way Leicester play. And Ndidi, a fit Ndidi starting is massive for Leicester for me.
Absolutely. And I'm hearing what you were saying about the fact that, there's no way that Leeds are just going to roll over for us. But I would actually say I think Leeds is one of the perfect teams to bring Wilf back into, because they aren't on the best form, but they are still a team that's going to give us a challenge. It's not going to be like playing a Norwich or a Watford, one of the teams that you really go in fully expecting to win, but we should be expecting to come out with at least a reasonable effort and a good result here.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest about it. This isn't a completed Leeds team on the other hand, because let's remember they are missing probably 6-7 key players. Patrick Bamford's not playing for them. I think Klopp isn't playing for them as well. He's playing at the back on a normal day. So, look, this isn't the Leeds team that probably would have started if they had a fully fit team. But we've all been there. Leicester are in the same situation without players. JJ's not far off return. We'll see him against Chelsea. So, look, Leeds today will be a different team to what we face normally, but they'll still play the same way. And one thing's for sure, they play like they normally play, a high press like Arsenal did. Leicester's passing game's got to be up to scratch, or we'll find ourselves in a lot of bother. Arsenal exploited that, and they could tell after a couple of minutes that our passing game wasn't there. We couldn't pass the ball or move it quick enough, and Leeds will probably try and do the same thing, get in Leicester faces, stop the passing from the back, and make it go a bit longer. But I feel today with the team, you probably can go a bit longer, quicker. With Barnes in there and Lookman, it gives you an outlet than just thinking, got to hoof it forward, hope that it lands on Nacho, who can hold it up and link the play, where today you can go down the channels more, get Barnes, get Lookman running at their men, and try and open Leeds up a bit more. Look, as I said, this year depleted Leeds team in some ways, but it'll be a tough team.
Absolutely. And I mean, the fact that they're already going to be going in and playing a high press kind of already tells you that they have Leicester's number in a way, because we've seen the fact that we compete well against those teams that sort of sit back, your Manchester Uniteds that try to counter, but those high pressing teams like your Arsenals and even your Brightons and Palaces to an extent have just really known how to make themselves tricky to us.
Oh, massive. That high press, if you get it right against Leicester and you get your high press in quick enough and you set up defensively good enough, like we saw Moscow do the other night, and make it hard to break down. They didn't really high presses, but they made it hard to defensive, 10 men behind the ball, break us down, Leicester. And I've said since Brendan Rodgers has been here, that's been our Achilles heel. When team come and park the bus, it's all about how we can break teams down. And it's something that we've struggled against. Against teams like Man U, that we've seen who play open football, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, we've had some cracking results over the last, 18 months with Brendan, 3 years now with Brendan. The Man City away, 5-2. When teams come and play their open game and play their passing game and try and take Leicester on, you feel Leicester will match them. We struggle against a team who put 10 men behind the ball for some reason. And yeah, you lose the space for Vardy to run into, but we've got enough quality in there with Tinnemans, Maddison, Barnes to pass the ball around teams and break them down and get in and out. It's just something at the moment, especially this season, but we're struggling to pass the ball as well as we did last year. So today will be tough. I think Leicester will win 2-1. We will nick it, and we will only just nick it. This ain't going to be a thrashing Leeds United team. This will be a very tricky game. But for us to do that, every single one of those players has got to be on their A game and got to be given 7 to 8 up, performance levels to get this result for me.
Appreciated. I'm going to very quickly address. There's a lot of people in the comments talking about news around Brendan Rodgers. I've just looked that up on my end of things, and the only source that I'm seeing that's saying that Rodgers is leaving is the Daily Express. I'm not British, but I know how much I believe the Daily Express, so I'm not buying it yet. Let's wait and see if anything new comes up. We'll keep an eye on Fabrizio Romano, but we've already seen Rodgers come out and give a statement saying that he's committed to Leicester City and that he doesn't want to leave. So until I hear something come out of his mouth, I'm not going to concern myself with it.
Look, the only news I heard was the news breaking literally 30 seconds before we came on air that Dean Smith had been sacked by Aston Villa. So, you know, that's the only news I've heard of today. And all the gossip, well, it's gossip at the end of the day. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is still in his job until that decision is made by Man United, what I can't see them making anytime soon. Look, they know they're in a changing period, Man U. And I think while Alex Ferguson is still floating around that boardroom, Ollie will still get the backing for another till the end of the season minimum. And then it's one of those things. If Brendan wants to go, Brendan will go. And I'm sorry, it's one of those things that you have to get on with life. Is if a club of Man U stature come in and Brendan really, really wants to go, being a former Liverpool manager, would be strange going to Old Trafford, then so be it, and we move on. It's one of those. I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. God, I thank Brandon and everything like that, but he hasn't gone. It's all speculation. And look, it was speculation Brendan was going to Newcastle. It was speculation that he was going to Tottenham. It was a done deal. He was the new Tottenham manager. They went and got Conte. Newcastle's gone and got Eddie Howe. At any point, these clubs really wanted Brendan, they would have splashed the cash to come and get him. He hasn't. And also, what's it not saying that Brendan said, I ain't going anywhere to the board. So if anything comes in, I'm not interested. I'm happy with what I'm doing at Leicester. And that's it.
I'm going to try to add in a couple people, but if you want to stay on, please feel free. Jono, I'm going to add you in. And then Sean, I'm going to add you in after, if that's all right. All right, Jono, we chatted a little bit before the match, but how are you feeling just flatline coming into today's game?
Nervous. Really nervous. But Brendan has obviously realised that tactically, you know, again, things have been working out, especially against Arsenal. It was all a shambles, and against in Moscow weren't very good. So he's brought out team. We're really happy to see Barnes starting. It's because, you know, he's not been playing, and he's going to come on really well. Lookman looked sharp when he came on in the Europa League. Ndidi and Evans are going to start together, which would be good. So yeah, really good team, and I'm hoping. Plus we've got two strikers to bring on if stuff goes sour. So yeah, really good lineup.
And then, do you have any big concerns looking in at the Leeds lineup as well? Any places where you think they might be very strong countering us? Rafinha,
definitely. Phillips is always a good player. He knows how to control the ball. Apart from that, it's a strange formation. 3-3-3-1 is a strange formation, but you know, Bielsa knows how to work his team. So if he thinks it's a good formation against Leicester with a high press, then I'm worried. You know, even though Leeds have had a bad start, we've had a bad start. So it'd be a good chance for both teams to show tactically where they are right now.
For me, that team, though, we've got to get at Cooper today. You've got to be getting at Cooper. You've got to get Vardy on that shoulder of Cooper. If you can exploit Cooper and Lefente, the other fullback, you've got to go at them in that formation if that's going to play. And defensively, they'll probably go to a 5-4-1 and really drop deep. But at the time them attacking, if there's that open down the flanks, you know, I want to see Lookman and Barnes running down those wings today as quick as they can and getting away from the men and cutting into the box. And Vardy literally sitting on Cooper's shoulder, because we all know that Vardy will do Cooper every day of the week, and they'll be worried about that, Leeds will, that if Cooper doesn't have his A game, that Vardy will get onto this back line, and he'll like to play against a back three, Vardy will today.
It is one thing that does surprise me a little bit, because looking at the Leicester lineup conversely as well, I feel like we definitely try to attack along the wings quite a bit. It's one of the things that we've seen in our last several matches, to be sure. So to play 3-3-3-1 feels like you're going to be leaving yourself a lot of vulnerabilities on those wings because you're playing that tighter back line. And then conversely for Leicester, the fact that we're playing two rows of three, we've been fairly vulnerable going up the middle. That definitely showed against Arsenal. But I suppose there is that chance that having Soumare and Ndidi able to link up a little bit, especially if Barnes and Lookman fall back on defense, will hopefully be more solid in the middle of this game.
We could go into a 4-1-4-1. I can see Ndidi coming back, and then Soumare, Lookman, Tielemans, and Barnes becoming a front four. Maybe. If it's a good opportunity for the team to change around. We've got those substitutions to do that. So I think it's going to be a really good game.
All right, let me pull that off. I'm getting Ross just joining in as well. So Ross, once you get everything set up, we'll add you in as well. And I'm going to add in Sean as well. So Jono, I might let you go a little bit.
Yeah, I'm
so
going to
get those two in.
I should be on at half time.
Sounds good. See you then, Jono.
In a bit.
All right. Ross, hello. And Sean, if you can give me a thumbs up, I'll add you in as well. All right. So let's get your baseline opinions. How are you feeling?
I'll let Sean do his first.
I'm a bit nervous, but
Sean, your internet's a little bit spotty.
and
Can you hear us, Sean? Sorry, Sean, I'm going to have to let you go. I don't think your internet connection is quite stable enough. We'll try to add Sean back in a little bit later. But Ross, let's get your opening opinions on this match.
The team, I mean, I think we'd expected changes. I think, hang on a second. Sure. There we go, that's better. Last time when I used this phone, people can't hear me. Right, so I'm looking at the lineup. Good lineup. I think, obviously, Cags and Johnny. So Ricardo, am I right in saying is Ricardo on the left then?
Let me pull that back up.
Because according to Live Score app, they've got Ricardo on the left, but I think that's probably a typo.
I normally go off of the Canadian broadcaster, so they've got Ricardo on the right and Castagna on the left.
Right, I get you. I mean, it's a decent team. Obviously, they've got some really good forces. Obviously, Rafinha and Rodrigo, Daniel James. They've really got a really good side, Leeds United, so we can't take them for granted. Massive game today. Obviously, hopefully the boys down at Ellen Road. You're probably wondering why I'm near Yorkshire because I'm working, and I couldn't get a ticket either. So that's me. That's the reason I'm not at Ellen Road today.
Little easier to understand why I'm not at Ellen Road today, at least.
Well, yeah, it's a short trip, isn't it, for you? So. But no, I think they took game to Leeds United. Well, I mean, they got their win last week, I think. So their tails will be up. So we just got to play. As long as we don't. Two things. Don't concede from a set piece and do not pass it from the back. I tell you now, I was at Spartak Moscow game of the day. Oh my God, I was getting so frustrated when they were passing from back. And obviously, you talk about Ndidi. I mean, we missed him so much, and we missed him that much for 7 straight minutes of the day. I don't know if anyone was else at the game. Sat in the East Stand, 7 minutes chanting Ndidi's name. 7 straight minutes. Honestly, it was insane. We missed. That's how much we miss him, and he's very, very, very vital of our team. And prediction today, I'm going to go with, exactly. Please don't. Yes, I know I'm not playing, but yeah, let's hope we don't pass from the back. Oh, it's so frustrating, honestly. It's just, Michael's. Yep. I saw your video. Yeah,
he'll be our co-host for the.
It's on TikTok if you want to see it. Rossi LCFC 993. Got a few less videos on there. But no, I think Leicester will win 2-1. I think we'll concede from a set piece. It's just what we do. I'd love to see Vardy get one because last year I was when playing him. He got 1. They got 2 actually. And I think Yori will get 1. Is Yori even playing?
Yes, he is. Yuri is playing in the middle 3 on the left.
Oh, yeah, there's only one thing that's guaranteed in the Leicester City team, that Yuri Tillemans will be in that starting lineup. As far as I'm aware, he's started every single game since like 2020, something like that, like beginning of 2020.
Including cup matches?
No, cup matches don't count. I mean, league matches. Since
then I was going to say, like, you could count Schmeichel then as well. I don't think Ward.
Schmeichel obviously different for goalkeeper, but for a player,
of course.
Tillemans has started since, I can't remember what day. Someone's going to have to help me out with facts here. But yeah, so yeah, I think it's interesting. There, he's definitely been team. Be a good atmosphere today, Ellen Road. I mean, I've never been, but from what I've seen and heard and stuff, it looks amazing, the atmosphere. Whether we like Leeds United or not, people always say about Leeds, but their atmosphere is incredible at times. So And I'm just looking at some of these comments that and I'll look on from what I can see. Yeah, Dean Smith been sacked. I think that's a bit harsh in my opinion. Someone said I saw you there. I think someone must have saw me at the game the other day. Facebook user. No, I want to win. I want to win.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how the game's going, for 3-0 down and then like 10 minutes to go, yeah, of course I want to draw. But we need a win today. I'm sorry, but we have to win. If we want to be getting that top 6 or get our season back on running. Do you know there's a weird fact today, right? Hang on. So Everton played Tottenham at the same time as that Arsenal played Watford, right?
Yes.
If Watford win Arsenal and Everton and Tottenham draw, we win by 4 goals, which can happen. We will go 5th.
It's the magic of the Premier League. It's very volatile at the moment.
I'm looking at it now. So we're on 12 with 14 points, right? So we win today. We go 17 points, level on points of Arsenal, Brighton, and Manchester United. However, obviously, if Watford beat Arsenal, we win by 4 goals. I'd say 5. We go 5th. So we could be up 7 places within the space of 90 minutes. It all depends on the other games, though. Obviously, I actually want Everton to beat Tottenham because then it just goes to show it's not the manager that makes a difference; it's their players. Obviously, they just signed that thing. And to answer people's questions about Rodgers, it's not going to happen leaving Leicester. He's already said he's not leaving. I mean, why would he want to go to a club that's in a shambles at the moment? They've just lost 5-0 to their big rivals. They lost their first away game in a long time to a team from the East Midlands. They just lost to big rivals Man City. They can't even beat Atalanta. So why would he go to a club that's in a shambles at the moment?
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, and I'm gonna get head off a step. But Charlie said 3-1, and I'm gonna say 2-0, 2-1. I think they'll score. I think they're a good team. Bielsa and his bucket or whatever he's got. When he sits on a bucket or something. Bizarre.
It's been sponsored now. His bucket.
It's bizarre that he's been at Leeds for 3 years and he still can't speak a word of English. It's like when Pochettino first came to the Premier League, he couldn't speak a word of English, and now he speaks good English. So yeah, it's a bit bizarre, but it's one of them. I can't imagine that he's having to go at the team, and then the interpreter, his assistant, has to relay it all back to him. And I bet that's hard. He's having to go. Argentinian. I don't know what they're doing. Then he just goes score, whatever they say. I bet it's hard, isn't it? So
yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty similar to what you would see in diplomacy and the like as well. It just helps them be more articulate. They can definitely speak more confidently in their native language. So I'm not going to hold anything against them.
Stick to doing the lottery, Ross. Oh, okay.
I wasn't going to put that one up, but now that you mentioned it.
Listen, I get a lot of stick for coming on here or stuff, but I'm just myself.
Listen, I've been called a cardboard cutout on this channel before, so don't you worry.
Listen, I've been called a lot worse. Cardboard cutout. Take that as a compliment, Elijah. Trust me. But no, well, you do watch along today with Michael?
Yep, it's an all-accented watch-along today.
Wow, the Canadian and American combining together. Who'd have thought it? That's like the Red Sox and the, or is it, in your terms, Red Sox and the Yankees, is it? Is that it? No?
Yeah, I mean, the countries are rivals, but not that much. We still do a lot of trade.
Is it not as bad as England-Scotland then?
No, definitely not. All right, looks like Sean may have gotten set up at home, so I'm going to let you go so I can get Sean on for these last few minutes.
Enjoy the watch-along.
Cheers, Ross. All right, Sean, if you're ready, I'm going to add you in. How's it going, Sean?
I'm fine, dude.
Not too bad, not too bad. So it looks like you were just driving back from somewhere, but how do you feel about the Leeds match?
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous, but we might do it, and I think document might be good to score. I think he'll get I think he might score 2,
Nice.
and then my body might score maybe about me goals, I think, and I think Lookman I think Lookman if he struggles a bit or him off into Dewsbury.
I was about to say I was looking at the lineup and I saw Dewsbury Hall was on the bench, and I knew that you'd be hoping to see him on a substitution there.
Yeah.
He could be a good second half bring if we find ourselves still tied or even down a couple goals by halftime. He could definitely help us to turn this around.
Yeah.
All right, so what's your final score prediction?
Okay, my score will be 3-0 or I just don't know yet. So I think it might be 3-0. I'll be happy with that. If they do more, that is not done. But I think it might be 5-0.
Nice. And I'll tell you what I like the most about your prediction here, Sean. A clean sheet. We've been needing a clean sheet for a little while now.
Yeah.
And with Ndidi back in that lineup, I think it could happen.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, before I let you go, can we get one? We've got people asking for it. Can we get a good come on, Leicester?
Yes. Come on, Leicester. Come on.
There you go. Thanks a bunch, Sean, and hopefully we'll see you at full time.
Yeah.
All right, Michael is just getting set up. They have put the lineups up on screen, so I can confirm it was a 4-3-3 for Leicester and a 3-3-3-1. The teams are just taking to the pitch at the moment. Will be a moment of silence for Remembrance Day as well. We'll take part on that here as well. All right, and that is just finished on the broadcast as well. I'm not sure if Remembrance Day is the same day in the UK as it is here in Canada, but in Canada it's on November 11th. So I mean, you never have to ask me to praise Albrighton. Easily one of my favorite players on the team. I believe he's currently ill at the moment. I know they've been saying that it hasn't been COVID, but I think he might have it might have been like a flu that's been going around the team. It's been ruling out a couple of Leicester players recently. Honestly, it's a bit of a toss around when it comes to things like plastic fans and the like. I think it often just comes down to like when you became a fan of your team. It's easy to even call someone like me plastic because I really got into the team when I could start watching them more, which was admittedly after they won the Premier League. But you know, when it comes to Manchester City, like I'll normally ask people like, what were their sponsors when you got into them? So it's like if you endured like the Thomas Cook era and the Eidos era as a Man City fan, I don't really think there's any reason to take any stick out of you. Some love's coming in for Sean, the Canadian Fox on my end. Appreciate that nickname. What else have we got? Gray, I hope you're doing well. And we will definitely be wishing you a speedy recovery from that as well. The left line, you've given a description to what Albright might have, but I'm not going to put that on the screen because we are not past the watershed, as we have kicked off. So Leicester City are going to be in their gray kits for this match, Leeds in white. Some very, very quick back and forth going on. Michael, if you're ready.
I'm ready. I don't have
the
the background today. I don't have my laptop, but I'm ready to.
Leicester already on the attack. Lookman almost in alone, but just barely tackled by the Leeds defender in time. But a very quick break for Leicester off at the start. And Michael, I'm actually going to leave you on for just a quick second because I have left the charger on the far side of my backdrop, and my computer will die in like 10 minutes.
Come on, Leicester. Let's go. How's everybody today? Thanks for joining us with the watch along. Let's back the boys. No booing. 3 points. Let's go. And we got a throw in on the far side. Ellen Road is packed. There doesn't look like there is a seat available for anybody. It's a big game. Dirty Leeds versus Leicester City.
All right, I'm back. So what time do you have at the moment as well? Because we can definitely get synced up.
It's 6 a.m. here on the West Coast. I literally just woke up about 20 minutes ago, where I hung out last night, drank a lot of beer. I left my laptop there, so I don't have a background.
So we've got a Leicester attack at the moment. Adamola Lookman, I believe that was, just got up the left wing. Again, we've been doing very well at some over-the-top, like Route 1 football here, and nearly a good chance for Lookman, as now Leeds will look to counter.
Good
Rodrigo
ball over
up the middle.
Casper,
Shoots
great ball. Distance,
right into the hands of Kasper Schmeichel. But yeah, sorry, I meant what time are you on in the game? Because I can pause and we can get synced up.
154, 155, 156. Like, we're a couple seconds apart.
Yeah, I'm going to pause at 2:10.
Okay.
Pause now. Just let me know when you're at 2:10.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right.
11, 12, 13. Very good. So it's no good for me.
Samari with the ball in the middle.
A cup of coffee. Sorry, no cup of tea. There you go.
Had to get the Fox mug as well. I joked with Jono about this as well, but I always like to go to. I'll talk about that in a minute. As Harvey Barnes comes up into the penalty area, shoots from a distance, but well collected by Melier in the Leeds goal. I always like to go to the British import shops around Toronto and pick up something for the live stream. Today, we've got some Fox's party rings, which I think will be perfectly appropriate should Jamie Vardy get on the score sheet today. Of course, other biscuits are available.
Yeah, I'm in a group chat with some Leicester boys, and they would be so excited to see that. Some Leicester boys that are in the States now, they would be super excited to see that package. It's funny.
We've got some Leeds fans tuning in as well, but you know what? Welcome to the channel.
Dirty Leeds done dirt cheap.
And we got somebody who met you at the Premier League Fan Fest in LA.
Hey, what's up, Taryn?
Leeds in the penalty area. Good tackle by Timmy Castagna. Stops Rafinha, and we now look to move forward again. But Leeds playing a high press. They know how to counter against us. But we do a good job of playing through them. And now Tielemans into some space. Tries to find Barnes, but some good defending there by Diego Llorente just stops that move.
Yeah, Leeds always, they're going to run. They're going to run for 90 minutes. So we have to be able to run for 90 minutes too. I like the starting of Lookman and Barnes to give us that energy right at the beginning. Jamie Vardy is marshaling the entire front line, telling them to let's go, press. There's a ball over that
note. Leeds now coming forward again. Shot from a distance. Beautiful fingertip save by Kasper Schmeichel. Proves why he is still the #1 in the Leicester net there. I'm going to try to see who that was that came forward for Leeds.
I want to say
would have most likely been one of Harrison or Rafinha.
Yeah, Harrison. But a great ball over the top, and Harrison takes a great touch in the box and switches it over to his right, and Kasper swats it away.
Like a cat. And I think that may have even taken a little bit of a deflection off Ricardo as well. As now Leeds look to take the corner long.
Well in!
And another excellent save by Kasper Schmeichel. They win the ball at the near post, and Kasper is there immediately. Ricardo gets pulled down, and that is a free kick for Leicester City, despite the claims of a penalty for Leeds United.
Ricardo. Great defense. Whew, and what a save by Kasper at the front post. Man, we got to do something about marking men at the front post on corners because, wow.
Positives for both teams at the start here because we've made their center backs work, but Leeds have made Kasper work in these early minutes.
Oh, shit.
Praise coming in for your passion from Nick as well.
Let's go.
Timmy Castagna plays the ball up into the middle towards Vardy. Vardy will find Castagna again, who looks to break up the wing, but just marshaled down. Vardy collects the clearance and now looks to move up the middle. Oh, and he just can't play the through ball up towards Harvey Barnes in the penalty area. More love for Leeds coming in from the comments as well. And I feel like we may have told the story a few times, but if we want to tell sort of our Leicester backstories here.
Jono, you know our story. Come on, Jono. Listen, after the World Cup in 2014, I was really supporting the United States, and I started to get into soccer more. I didn't want to watch NFL football anymore, but I didn't have a team to root for. And after the World Cup, I realized that all the players in the World Cup, the best players, played in the Premier League. So I started watching the Premier League on NBC, and there's tweets from 2013 and 2014. You can see I was searching for a team, but then the Great Escape happened, and I watched all those games at the end of the year of the 2014-15 season, and I just became a fan, and I made sure that I was watching all the Leicester games the next season, and they won the freaking league. It was like the most amazing thing ever. Like, I knew that Man U and Man City were the best teams, but I wanted to root for this team with the funny name and the blue shirt. And they ended up winning the league. So the next year after that, I went to Leicester. I went there. I had to watch a game. I had to. And the year, like within 8 months, I went again. And I went to an away day. I rode the away bus, with the fans. And I had to do it. I had to immerse myself in Leicester City culture. And so, yeah, when I say we, I mean we.
I'm just going to quickly say you haven't missed too much in terms of commentary as well. Some good back and forth and some nice play by Ademola Lookman to hold the ball through a slide challenge, but nothing culminating in a shot either way. Just some good back and forth football and some solid defending by both teams.
Yeah, it's a little scrappy.
In my terms of things, so I became a football fan after the 06 World Cup. And I was buying imported magazines like 442 and World Soccer, trying to sort of pick a team, but I didn't really have a favorite. Like, I followed Manchester United for a while because they were the team you could watch in 2008 in Canada. But there was an article about Leicester's relegation into League One. And I just remember seeing this picture of a bunch of livid fans in the stands with flags and their Tops Tiles shirts. And kind of similarly, it was the team with a weird name and the fox for a logo, and I just kind of liked them. But Leeds breaking in here on the moment, but Kasper will collect that ahead of Dan James. And I sort of started to like Leicester as a sort of background team, but again, I couldn't really watch them. But the Canadian broadcaster has now picked up Leicester's games, particularly after the Premier League winning season. And since then, it's been all blue for me.
Come on, Blue.
Leeds holding the ball at the moment in their defensive third, but Leicester playing a little bit of a high press there. Jamie Vardy encouraging players like Tielemans to come forward and challenge for the ball against Leeds center backs.
We're not going to let them run wild and free like they like to do, like they've done in the Premier League the last 2 seasons. It's crazy.
And it seems a lot of teams have been playing like that against them as well.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh. Crazy challenge by Mare.
Not the best pass, though, does allow Leeds to regain possession, but an awkward ball will force Strauch to play all the way back into their half.
So what's the consensus on this pink and gray with pink socks kit?
It's definitely an odd one. I might buy it, like if I get a bonus from work or if I win a contest, but
well, I already bought it. I bought it first because I never get the third kit. I never. Whenever I come around to buying the third kit, it's only an extra small or extra large.
Yep.
Listen, look at this
football. Jamie Vardy pulled down in the penalty area.
Offside.
And, he was offside. I feel like this might go to VAR because that is a penalty if he is onside.
A great through ball coming from the middle from, who is it? Of course, it's Tielemans. Lookman cuts in front of his man and lays off a ball to Vardy, but it is offside. And Vardy makes sure that he gets in front of his man. His man takes him down when Vardy gets on the ball, but Vardy is offside from the touch. I think
what they also might be looking at here is whether it was Lookman who touched that ball or if it was Strauch. Because it might not be an offside if it was played off of Strauch.
So if it's a back pass, is that not an offside?
No, but Vardy is definitely ahead of Lookman there. I think it's a question of if it came off of Lookman or the Leeds player.
Right. Oh, they called it.
Looks as though the call stands.
Yeah.
But some good positivity from Leicester there, forcing Llorente into what would have been a very daft challenge if that was onside.
Yeah, absolutely. Vardy, he had a whole week's rest. He didn't play on Thursday. I think this is how we have to manage Vardy. He can play Saturdays and Sundays. And if we get to a semifinal or a final, he can play in the midweek.
Just for what John was putting in here. So I almost did actually buy the pink kit from last year as well. I ended up going with the burgundy one instead. Actually, I lost this on my own Baldy locks. It was if Albrighton scored from a corner, and he did.
Nice. Yeah, I buy the pink kit last year because I thought I could get it, in like March or April, and then they were all gone in April.
But what I would say to the pink kit is that I think it's Leicester's attempt at doing something a little bit different. But the problem is, I'd say that they're competing. Like for me, I'm a kit collector. They're competing with a lot of really good kits this season. Like I'd say our home kit is much better because I love a good textured shirt.
I love the camouflage blue and light blue. I love it. Oh, yeah. And I like the one 2 seasons ago where it was checkered underneath. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
But some of the kits that have come out this year, I know that we don't like to mention them here, but Tottenham's away shirt, that Galaxy kit, is a gorgeous shirt.
Fire. And the one that has the American flag. Is that that's what you mean? Yeah. Oh, that shit is fire.
And I nearly bought Arsenal's third kit, the zigzag pattern based on their 90s shirt.
Yeah, that looks like
gorgeous
Nigeria's season. That looks like Nigeria's green and white kit. It's a Nike kit, I believe. Yeah.
Sorry, which kit?
Nike.
The original kit was Nike, but the remake is Adidas.
Yeah.
Leicester City coming forward here. Timmy Castagna just gets tackled by Stuart Dallas, who looks like he also saves it from being a corner. It'll be a throw-in right by the corner flag. And I will also say for Nick, if I've ever got the golf cap on, it means I've got bedhead. It means I didn't have the chance to fix my hair before the stream started.
No, I literally woke up like 45 minutes ago.
Same here.
Looking everywhere where's my laptop? Oh my God, I got so drunk last night I left it there.
Just showing a replay of the possible penalty, and yeah, Vardy is definitely in an offside position.
What is it, a back pass?
No, again, because for it to be a back pass, Lookman's got to be ahead of Vardy, and Vardy was definitely a step ahead of him.
Right.
Like I said, I think the only question was if it might have came off of Strauch, but even then, I know that sometimes offsides have been given even off of deflections off of the opposition player.
Right.
Yeah, Z has both the pink third kit and this year's gray pink. It's a nice accent color because I feel like for a good few years, Leicester was sort of stuck in a rut of it was blue at home always, and then away kit was either yellow or white. Always.
Right.
So the introduction of pink was just a nice third accent. And I think the maroon would be a lovely kit to bring back in a few seasons as well.
Definitely. I didn't get an opportunity to get a maroon kit. Like I said, whenever it's the third kit, I always think that you can get it later in the season, and it just never happens. It's always sold out.
Yep. Well, and especially when it comes to the import charges here, if it's never not a Leicester shirt, I wait until the end of the season to buy it because that's when it gets marked down to 20 pounds or My
Right.
gosh, like I ordered a kit for let's just say a tree-based team that shouldn't be named here, and it was like £10 with free shipping. It was like the cheapest shirt I've ever gotten from the United Kingdom.
I have a problem. I don't know. I just want to buy official from the club stuff. So like I see on eBay and I see these kits and I'm just like, I just pass. I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
I'll
But
buy second hand, but only if I can confirm the shirt is real, because like there's a lot of people selling fakes in Canada where it'll still have the Adidas, but Leeds breaking here at the moment. That should be Rafinha on the outside of the penalty area. Plays it across. Casper clears it with his feet, but it will fall. Oh, good defending by Wilfred Ndidi. Stops the ball from falling perfectly to a Leeds player in the penalty area. They maintain possession on the corner at the moment with Jack Harrison. Harrison under pressure from both Lookman and Pereira. Pereira makes the tackle, plays the ball off of Harrison. He keeps the ball in place, so Yunchu will clear from the penalty area. Still in play at the moment. Lookman looking to play the ball through, and he does find Tielemans.
Tielemans! Oh, wow. What a
quality
great
defending there to just stop the ball from getting to Jamie Vardy. He would have been in alone against Meslier there.
Here we go.
Sam Allardyce would have shed a tear if that ball had gone in. Beautiful run football there. Tielemans with the ball again.
Lays it off to Ricardo.
Ricardo in the corner. Plays a low cross that will not find Tielemans, but that will be... It won't go out of play, but Lookman will play it off the Leeds player for a throw.
Yo, Lookman, I think this guy knows how to play football, and he is sneaky. We need to be on the field at all times. This man knows how to play football.
I know that it's a loan to buy option contract. However many games we need to play him to sign him, play him in that many games. We need him in this team permanently.
Yeah. And I don't think he wants to go back either. I think he wants to stay where he's at.
No, I mean, like, because he came from Chelsea, I believe, right?
Lookman came from Fulham.
I thought he was loaned to Fulham from Chelsea.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Just going to offer Mateus a quick sync here at the moment. So we're at 17, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And of course, always... we have a bit of a lull in play. I will absolutely mention, no room for racism in football at all.
Take a knee.
One of the biggest things that I'll always say is that in any football space, anybody should feel like they can be part of it regardless. And that's regardless of your race, your gender, your creed. You should feel welcome in football.
And not taking any crap from the fans online, not taking any crap from the fans in the stands just because they don't like your nationality. It's so weird to me, actually. I don't get it.
Completely agreed. Red Bull Leipzig, where Lookman signed from.
Oh, okay.
So we're scouting from Chelsea. But yeah, I mean, especially my point still stands that a team like Red Bull Leipzig, he still has a lot of competition. Whereas I feel like at Leicester, he's more likely to get a rotation role. And I just saw a comment asking us for a score update, which has reminded me that I don't have the score banner up, which I will add in there.
0-0 in the 90s.
Relay banner. It is 0-0.
Ellen Road is absolutely packed to the rafters. Not a seat is empty. It's an old school stadium.
Oh yeah. Kind of up there with like the Goodisons of England.
Right. If you sit in the wrong spot, you might have a post in your way.
I remember watching a little mini documentary about Portsmouth and Southampton. And there were fans that were talking about the Dell, Southampton's old ground before St. Mary's. And they were saying that like they used to miss being in the stands with the pole in the way of your view because that was football. Leeds playing the ball into the penalty area there, but a lovely block.
Come on, Will.
Wilfred Ndidi.
Come on, Will.
Not the biggest player on the field, but he knows how to make himself big.
He's big. He's wild. He's ready to go. He's everywhere. He got energy. He's been off for the last 2 months. He's here. He's there. He's everywhere. Wilf Ndidi. Not Roy Kent. Wilf Ndidi.
To steal your terminology, He plays with swag.
He's definitely. You can see like he even like spritzes a little curl juice in his hair before the games. We got some little swag going on. Let's go.
Stuart Dallas to play in the corner for Leeds. Plays it high and over the penalty area, and Ndidi again makes himself big. Heads
everywhere.
The ball away, but the ball falls to Leeds on the outside of the penalty area. So Yunchu gets in and blocks a cross, but that will fall to Harrison on the outside of the area. But his cross will not find anybody but the fans in the stands.
Yo, great defense. We sat in, we defended the corner. Nobody was ball watching. Everybody was spot to the ball. You know, like we're always scared when a corner is taken for the opponents because it's like almost having a penalty. Shoot,
Leeds doing another good job of stopping the Leicester City front from running in. For playing a back three, their center backs have been doing a good job of not only stopping us up the middle, but also stopping us on the wings. Ball currently with Cooper.
Here we go.
He tries to play the ball via Strouk, but Strouk loses
ball
possession.
Getting away.
Yuri at the end of the box. Tielemans makes the pass.
Look, man.
Oh.
Yuri,
Pascal Strouk just gets in with enough time to get a foot in.
Yuri has to take that shot. That's the FA Cup shot. That's the shot from 3 weeks ago at Man U. Like, what is he doing? He needs to take that shot.
I mean, I'll be honest. I think the pass was the right idea, but I think he played it too late. He just gave Strouk enough time to get forward.
That pass
was unmarked until the last moment.
Right. That pass reminds me of last week at Arsenal. There was like so much good football, and then at the 18-yard box, we tried to slide it through, and everybody was in the way. Jeez.
Leeds setting up for yet another corner. I'm just checking the stats here. This is only their second corner. No, it's their third. Feels like they've had more. Corner comes in high and long, and Ndidi again heads the ball out. Falls to the outside of the area for a volley by Dan James that will not find anyone but the advertising hoardings.
Boy, do we miss Wilf. He is on the end of every ball. He is intercepting every pass.
Mateus, we don't have a timer just because it's one of the limitations of the streaming software that we use. We're not able to have a timer that's sort of responsive to the game on screen.
Right. It's kind of hard to like switch back and forth in cameras and like have these banners and stuff like that.
Exactly. Possession 61% to 39 for Leeds, but Leicester making the most of it with some good forward passing. Not a lot of that tippy-tappy around the back that I know always gets the irk of, Leeds now on the attack. Rafinha plays the ball across the penalty area. Good defending by Tielemans. Falls back that was Rodrigo, not Rafinha. Falls back to Rodrigo, but his shot gets blocked. But very, very quick attacking from Leeds here. Johnny Evans having some words with his fellow defenders. Castagna gets dispossessed by Rafinha. Johnny Evans gets in there and forces the ball out for a throw.
I think Johnny was saying, hey, what is going on? Because this back and forth that's going on right now suits Leeds. It's the game that they play. But we set up to have possession and did not set up to do this. So Johnny wants to know what's going on. I think Brendan's even trying to figure out, hey, we're going to have to play back and forth. Yuri knows that when he gets the ball on the pivot, he needs to turn and let it go. Vardy, he's going to be on the back shoulder of a defender, and I am excited for the rest of this game because Leeds plays the way that we play the most exciting. Not like this tippy-tappy from the back, try to thread through balls in. This is going to be a great game.
Absolutely. This game is not going to end 0-0 either way.
It's not.
There have been too many quality chances for each team so far. Who it's going to go to, no idea.
Yikes.
Some scrappy football in the middle of the pitch. Let's Leeds come forward once more. Ball falls to Rodrigo in the middle, but he gets dispossessed. Evans tries to control the ball. His pass gets intercepted. Evans gets in there and tackles once again, but Leeds again regain possession. Rafinha in the penalty area. Castagna does a good job of getting himself big there.
Yo, Timmy has been great the last month.
Leeds come forward once again. Rafinha gets tripped by Sumari, and that will be a free kick. We are coming up to the 25th minute now. Just going to do a quick check around the horn of the other scores in the Premier League. As it stands, 0-0 across the board. Nothing for Everton Tottenham, nothing for Arsenal Watford. No goals yet for the Sunday matches. Mateus, I'd say the game has definitely been entertaining. I'd say Leeds will probably feel like they deserve the goal a little bit more than Leicester. But both teams have had some very good quality chances. It's definitely been a better Leicester side than we saw against Spartak or definitely against Arsenal. A very attacking game, and the scoreline deceives that. It will be Rafinha to take this free kick. Also can say that DAZN here in Canada has updated Leeds and now says they are playing a 4-1-4-1 instead of a 3-3-3-1.
It's an in swinger.
Oh, yeah. I feel like he's going to take the shot.
Damn it!
I worry that you might be a little bit ahead of me. He hasn't yet taken the free kick on my end of things. It is still Rafinha to take, comes across, and that is a goal for Leeds. I think you're now a little bit further ahead of me.
Hey, let me try to pause it. That was some bullshit.
Well, no. I'll because I paused mine earlier. I'll go live and then try to sync up with you again. But that is the opening goal of the game from the free kick for Leeds, and it is Leeds 1, Leicester City 0. So yeah, let me go live during these celebrations.
In swinger. I don't know if anyone got a touch on it. It looks like it went straight into the goal from the free kick.
So let me know what time you're on.
30, 31, 32, 33, 26, 34, 35.
Okay. So Rafinha's been booked for taking a shot. I'm going to pause at 27 minutes even.
Oh,
pause.
You're ahead of me.
Yeah.
You're ahead
so let me know when you're at 27.
Wow, what a goal. And you know what? I've been saying this for a couple days. Casper's been letting some soft shit in. I'm sorry for the S word. But Casper, now, 27.
Sorry, hang on just a second here.
Let's go, Harvey! That's what we got to do. We're not taking these stupid goals, these soft goals. We're going to come back and make the game level. Let's go!
That they did not even give the broadcaster time to put the graphic up, and it is
Media's doing this one like, yo, are we Leeds or are we Leeds? Yes, you're Leeds. When you see this goal, this is a worldie. Off the kickoff, long ball to the near side to Harvey. Harvey takes his man to the edge of the box and just curls one into the far side of the net. Nobody was expecting it. He wasn't even expecting it. Oh my God. Let's go. 1-1 Leicester.
I brought it to live and I paused it at 27 minutes. And I thought maybe you had skipped ahead again. As I paused it, it was Harvey set up to shoot. I was like, this could be good. Boy, it was.
Let's go.
And also, I think we do have to say it. Oh, it's an equalizer.
It's an equalizer. Oh, it's an equalizer.
So Leicester City again have possession trying to come forward. Barnes just can't turn his man, and it's out for a throw.
Dirty lead, done dirt cheap.
Let me again try to get synced up with you. So I'm going to pause at 28:50.
45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53.
We're synced. And let's get some of those. Come on, boys. What a goal. Hearts and foxes all around. It is definitely worrying, though. Every game, it takes us going a goal down to wake up.
Well,
but I don't know that we could blame this on the tactics this time around because we weren't playing as safely as we have been in our previous games.
Yeah, it was just scrappy. Leeds is a good team, and they do what they do. They don't change. You know, they run at you hard. They play physical. They play fast. Their passes are quick. Their runs are never ending. So I mean, it suits us if we play good, solid defense. It suits us to play against a team like that because we want to play quick on the break. We want to play quick when we get the ball. When we play tippy-tappy around the back, the fans start booing. And
I was just say, Michael, you're teaching people some new language. Jono, if you ever want to teach, just YouTube Harvey Barnes highlights.
It's a worldie.
Tielemans plays the ball in. He finds Ndidi. Ndidi just can't find Barnes inside the penalty area. And now Leeds will look to counter. Rafinha on the wing. Excellent tackle by Yuri Tielemans. What a tackle by Yuri. Stops that run in its tracks.
An equalizer.
It will be Dallas to take the throw in, but he can't find anyone to throw it to.
And the boys are absolutely going crazy
in there, getting aggressive.
You can
feel that we haven't seen from Leicester in a while.
Seriously, like the boys are getting energy from the Ellen Road crowd. That's what it feels like. And I think that Vardy spurs them on too. As long as Jamie Vardy is running as hard as he can, you can't jog. You have to run as hard as him too. Samari, Will on the field at the same time. I love it.
Getting in and tackling hard. Casper now has the ball. I just want to share some condolences to Mateus. There was a Burger King ad on his screen when Harvey Barnes scored. It better be a good deal on those burgers at least.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Johnny Evans has the ball. We'll try to play the ball up through. Cannot find. I think he was trying to find Vardy, who will give a free kick away to Leeds just by the center circle.
All right, my coffee's gone. I'm gonna have to go upstairs and pour some more coffee.
No worries. Do you have console controls? Because you can just drop yourself off whenever you need to.
No, I don't have console controls, but I'll just wait till halftime.
Cool. Barnes with the tackle, and that's out for a Leeds throw in, just on the border between the middle third and the Leeds defensive third.
You imagine both goalkeepers will be fairly busy as this game develops.
CK has a bit of a career move for you. Official hype man for the Leicester City change room.
So it's so funny because I've been to 2 home matches, and both of the matches I sat on the very front row.
Nice.
The entire game, the stewards were telling me to sit down. The players just kept continually looking back at me, and I was just screaming at them, "You gotta fight! You gotta get to the ball! Run!" Like, it's hilarious. There's video of me at my games, and it's funny because the season ticket fans, they all are in my DMs like, "Hey, when are you coming back? When are you, like, we saved your seat for you?" Like, that's how I am. I'm a coach in the stands. Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, I bought Leeds coming into the penalty area now, forced to play the ball out wide. Cross comes in and just will not find Harrison. He's forced to collect the ball at the opposite corner. Under pressure by Pereira, he plays his cross in and only finds Kasper Schmeichel.
It's a goal kick. No?
I'm pretty sure it was a goal kick. Did they call corner? That is weird. All right, corner Leeds. While they set that up, please drop a like, a share, a subscribe if you are enjoying what you're seeing here. If you liked Harvey Barnes' worldie, drop it a like here.
Yeah. If you like Harvey Barnes' equalizer.
Get it. A little bit of tussle in the penalty area. Cross comes in. What a save by Kasper Schmeichel on the near post.
Goodness. What is going on these set pieces?
That came off a defender too. I think that came off of may have come off of Vardy.
Oh, Ricardo.
Another corner for Leeds, taken quickly. High cross comes in, headed away by Wilfred Ndidi.
Ooh, no.
Harsh collision there. I think just a shin pad caught by the foot of
they
the
both
Leeds
kicked
player.
The ball at the same time.
But looks as though no injuries, no bookings, no problem. Yeah, just showing the replay there.
Ooh. Back of the cap.
Oh, yeah.
The shit out of
it. That was just a mistimed kick from Ricardo there that just goes right into the back of the shin of
And Tielemans just gives a shoulder to Calvin Phillips and puts him down. Get out of here, man.
Back with the worldies. We can't just expect Schmeichel to do a worldie every time, though.
Well, we're used to it. Come on.
Let's not forget, Denmark qualified for the World Cup without conceding a single goal.
Right? And then we got Danny Ward, who's also a worldie.
Rodrigo plays the cross in and headed away by Castagna for a corner for Leeds.
Let's go, Timmy. Yo, can we keep Timmy Castagna next summer?
I would hope so. And if not, we're going to get a pretty penny for him because we signed him. We signed him to a reasonably long contract, and he's only been here for, what, 2 years now?
Yeah. Well, this is his second full season.
Cross comes in from the corner all the way to the back post, over the head of Soyuncu, and out for a goal kick.
Come on, Leicester.
But now with the break in place, so I was just saying I did buy the Fox Plus membership so that I could hopefully get a ticket to a match, hopefully after Christmas. Booster shots becoming available in Canada, so hoping if I can get fully vaccinated, I can make my way to the UK and see a match.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. You got to buy the full membership. I was buying the international membership because they would save seats for international members. That's why I sat in the same seat in like a 6-month span. I sat in the same exact seat because they would save those seats for international members. But after COVID, they're not saving the seats for international members. So I just bought the Fox Plus membership. Honestly, you can get a ticket anytime with that scheme. Like
and that's what I'm hoping for. Is like I'm hoping like Christmas will pass because I have both doses, but they're mixed, which makes it really hard to travel. I want to get a booster so that I have 2 of 1, and then I can go abroad.
Oh, that's so weird that they even care if it's mixed. I got both my shots. I'm probably going to get a booster here pretty soon. I work 6 days a week, so I remember when I got my shots, I just felt like crap the 2 days that because I went to work after I got my shot. So I think I want to take a day off when I get my shot in the next time. Yeah, every opposition corner, it feels like they've given a penalty away. Like they're going to score.
Exactly. If you're enjoying it, please smash the likes. Help us get to 100 likes on the watch along. If you haven't subscribed, we're working our way up to 9,000 subscribers.
Yeah, let's go.
As Leicester City earns a free kick for the tackle on Ricardo in a reasonably dangerous area. Ricardo just having some words with Sumare. Foam goes down. Looks like it will be Tielemans to play this cross in. A lot of players crowding the penalty area at the moment.
Right. We got Wilf right on the spot.
Definitely taking our time setting this one up as well. Vardy trying to get himself into some space. Cross comes in, cannot beat the near man. Rodrigo heads that ball out, and Leeds continue to move forward. Castagna hoofs that ball well into the stands for a Leeds throw-in.
I wonder how much longer before Timmy Castagna is wearing the armband.
I'm not sure. I know there are a lot of fans that don't like the idea of a keeper being captain. And I think Castagna is a lovely candidate for that. Evans, if he was just able to be fit more often, if he didn't have that problem with his heel, I think he'd be captain right now instead of Schmeichel. He's so influential in the defensive line.
Put together a string of games where you can't say anything bad about what he's done. And I think players are looking at him for inspiration and energy, and the 1-2s he played with who was over here on this side the last game, or on the other side. They were on the other side last game. He was playing the 1-2s.
Yeah, sometimes it's Barnes, sometimes it's like Castagna Ricardo. I think is the most common pairing for him.
Right, but last game versus Moscow, he was like the man of the match in the first half. Harvey's down.
Yeah, we got a free kick for it, but Harvey definitely in some discomfort.
He got a knock.
Yeah, but I think it was just voicing to Johnny Evans there that he'll be all right. He just
Got to catch
most
his
likely
breath.
an impact that just hurt him there. Yeah, looks like the trailing leg of I keep having to check the squad numbers of Stuart Dallas may have just caught the calf of Harvey Barnes, pulling him down. Just checking for the Spartak match, and it looks like Castagna's opposite was Bertrand.
Okay, right. But on the side up top with him, he was playing these 1-2s and these triangles with Tielemans and whoever was on that side. But it was just amazing to me. Like, how come this man hasn't played every game? And he's on a string. He's on a run of games right now where he's been the best man on the pitch for a couple games in a row. And if we don't start winning all the time, we might not be able to keep this man. You know,
there's a lot of players that will be at risk of losing if we don't get any European football. I think even Conference League could save a few players, but
yeah, I'm not watching any Conference League games.
I'll admit, I think I'm one of very few fans that I like the idea of the Conference League. I could definitely see why fans in England and Spain of the big leagues that are gunning for Champions League. But I like it because it gives me the chance to when am I ever going to see a team from Gibraltar play? You can see that in the Conference League or teams from Lithuania. It helps me learn more about football around Europe.
Team from Armenia.
Exactly. When are you ever going to see Punic Yerevan play anywhere else?
Right.
Sumare now down on the ground from a hard challenge. Another free kick to Leicester in the exact same place where Barnes got caught there. I'm surprised we haven't been seeing more bookings at the moment. I think the only booking so far has been to Rafinha, and it was for his celebration. He dedicated his goal to someone by taking off his shirt. But no actual bookings for challenges or any actual rough play.
Right.
Johnny Evans not happy with the shape of the team. Stops himself from taking the free kick. Plays a high ball trying to find Sumare, which he does find. But Sumare just can't keep possession. Castagna gets in and dispossesses Rafinha, and it's a throw into Leeds. Ball currently held by Leeds in the back corner. They're forced to play the ball all the way back to Meslier. Shades of Leicester in their backline play at the moment.
Absolutely. Johnny put a little something on Danny James.
Oh, yeah.
Let them know that he's back here.
No Mr. Nice Guy from Johnny Evans there. And Soyuncu now has the ball under pressure by Dan James, makes his pass. Tielemans just can't maintain possession, but has to be marked by two men in order for that to happen. Leeds look to play forward, but that's not getting past Johnny Evans at all, and that's the Leeds throw in. A little bit of love from CK for Indeed as a potential captain as Leeds play into the penalty area. I'm not sure why. Rodrigo had so much space there in the middle, but he can't control the ball, and it's out for a Leeds throw.
It's a good choice, CK. He's been with the club for a long time. He lives in Leicester. He was going to DMU. He's in the community. It's a great look for Indeed to be the captain.
Indeed, is one of those players as well where his game wisdom and experience almost defy his age. You'd think that he's one of those players that's 30-something. Same with Pereira.
So many matches for his club, for his country.
Leeds coming forward again. Rafinha on the right wing. Marked by both Evans and Castagna. Castagna gets in there and forces him to play the ball back towards Phillips. Phillips looks to switch it up across field, and that's not getting past Ndidi. Lookman now coming forward. Can we switch it up towards Barnes? Oh, it's too much curve on it. Breaks the momentum up a little bit, but Barnes maintains possession on the left side. Leeds getting back and getting into shape. Tielemans with the ball now. Plays it over to Castagna. Castagna has nobody he can pass it to, though, when he's forced to play it back.
Evans. Tielemans.
Excellent play by Lookman there to make his pass. Tielemans in space.
It's over the crossbar. Come on. Are you kidding me?
That was not the FA Cup Tielemans right
That was
there.
not a Wondy.
Oh,
What is?
Yuri Tielemans. I think he may have tripped. Might be the only excuse I can give him there.
I don't. No. He's leaning back. He's leaning sideways. He's tired. It's 44. It's the 45th minute. Jesus.
Very close there. Excellent build-up play by Leicester, and it's just Tielemans' final touch fails him, and he blasts it over the bar.
Wow. Jeez.
Mateus apparently ran into Mark Albrighton at an Asda.
For sure.
I love
Come
it if
on,
something
he's a
like that
football
could
player. Just say, hey, Kevin.
There's
How
also
you
something
doing,
like
Kevin?
if you had to tell me which like multi-million-dollar footballer on Leicester I could picture still shopping at Asda, I would say Mark Albrighton.
Oh, it's so funny.
He's very down to earth.
But the thing is that Leicester is such a small town vibe, small homey town vibe. So all of them, you can find them at Bradgate Park. You can see them in City Center. You know,
That's
you
fair.
can see them at the Poundland. That's just how it is.
I guess you don't really have Fortnum and Mason in Leicester.
Yeah, you don't. It's not London.
Hey Amanda, thanks for tuning in to the stream. At the moment, Ricardo with a throw in, well into our defensive third. But again, the Leeds doing a good job of just getting there in numbers. They're doing a good job of both high pressing us and being in numbers in our half, but not giving us a chance to break through those lines. They're very rigid in their shape. Which again, they seem to have changed to a 4-1-4-1, and that's been working very well at just creating waves of players that we just cannot play the ball through. Leeds coming forward again, but Johnny Evans does a good job of intercepting the pass. They're forcing us to turn backwards towards Schmeichel. They know his distribution is not the best. Tielemans with the ball plays it back towards Soyuncu. Soyuncu breaks out of our defensive third, plays a high ball, probably trying to find Harvey Barnes there, but he won't. Might be Harvey Barnes' only sort of deficiency in his play, and it's not his fault. It's just that he's not tall. Leeds doing a good job there of keeping the ball in play as well. I thought that could have been a Leicester City throw-in. Ball now coming forward on the wing with Rafinha. Marked by Castagna. Makes his pass through. Will find Rodrigo. Plays the ball over. Cannot find. Oh, good play by Rafinha there. Stops our play from building up. And that's halftime? That's halftime.
That's halftime. What a great half of football. A little back and forth, scrappiness. Got Harvey with the goal. He needed that. But you know what? We need to take it to Leeds in the second half. Yo, I need a break. I need to get some coffee, smoke a cigarette.
I'll drop you off for a quick second. All right, so let's talk halftime here. Leicester City 1, Leeds 1. 2 goals coming as back-to-back as you can get it. Patrick wants to talk about Casper's placement for the Leeds goal. Honestly, I don't think you can blame him too much. There were a lot of players in the penalty area, so I wouldn't have been surprised if Casper may just not have seen it in time. Oftentimes you do consider that you need to get into one side of your goal and then play the wall on the other side. However, I know that I think it was Rafinha who played it. He's known for his swinging ball and his ability to play up and over a wall, so Casper would have needed to play more centrally in that net. I think we just have to give it to them that it was a class free kick, and there wasn't that much that Casper could have done. Could we have built up a better shape, maybe put more players in the wall? Possibly, but it is what it is. The performance has been much better from Leicester than what we've seen in our last few games. We've been hungrier. We've been more aggressive. Leeds have definitely created more chances. They've definitely tested Casper more than we've tested Meslier. But conversely, I would say that just this raw stats deceive. Leicester have done a very good job in build-up, but where Leeds necessarily haven't been putting together the best shots, we've been missing our final pass. Those one final through balls that could really get us in one-on-one. Leeds have been doing a very good job. Their defenders, like Cooper, like Llorente, like Dallas, have been doing a good job of making themselves big, stopping the balls that have been coming up and over from creating those spaces that can get us to play the ball in. I think saying that Lookman has done nothing is a little bit harsh. Lookman has done a very good job of holding the ball in possession. He's been marked very hard. especially by some of their stronger, larger players like Pascal Struijk. And he's done a good job of maintaining the ball when in that position. And this is a question that Leicester fans have just been asking all season. We turn into prime Barca only when we concede. But I would say that this match has been a little bit different. We have not been anywhere near as conservative and defensive as we have been in other matches. We've been definitely much more aggressive in our play this time. And also a very fair point there, Patrick, that it is Casper's job to set up the wall. He will ultimately bear some responsibility for that, because when it's a direct free kick, there's a lot of onus on the keeper for those. I don't know that I'd say he's been dreadful. He hasn't been like his class self for sure. He's been very well marked, but I wouldn't say that he's been any worse than any of the other players on the pitch. Barnes has been class, but I wouldn't say Lookman has been dreadful. Ajmain calling for Madison to come on for Soumaré. I'm just double checking the bench. So Madison is on the bench because I know he was sick rather recently. Indeed, he has been key today. He has done a very good job of sort of being that the way that we described like Johnny Evans type. That he's very strong and does a good job of sort of marshaling the troops around him, and he's been keeping our midline very solid in the same way that Johnny Evans generally does in the back line as well. We've been much more solid in defense, nowhere near as porous as we were against Arsenal, where they were really able to play right through the middle against us. Would I bring anyone on at halftime? I'm not too sure, because again, I don't necessarily agree with the fact that like I don't think Lookman has been that bad. Soumaré has been class. So whereas I think like a strong switch, if we did want to get more offensive, would be to play Madison in for Soumaré. I don't think Soumaré's play has really deemed him necessary to substitute. Amarte has been class, but at the same time, I think that this is also part of the fact that we really want to, it's a combination of factors. We really want to turn around our form. We need a win here against Leeds, and we need our strongest line to do that. And clearly, we know that Brendan Rodgers rates Evans and Soyuncu as a defensive partnership. Not to mention the fact that Amarte played on Thursday. He may just not have the same longevity and stamina that some of the players like Evans do. The score is 1-1 at halftime. Phil, I've seen that you've joined in. I'm not sure if it's your connection or mine, but you're a little bit static. But if you give me a thumbs up, I'll add you in for sure. Yeah, this has been one of our biggest frustrations as fans all season, has been that we've been very, very shaky on set pieces. I haven't seen us be this bad on a free kick as we were in that one against Leeds. It was a very dangerous position, to give them a little bit of credit, but definitely we should be doing better defensively there. And then, yeah, our corners have just been a shambles all season. And where we haven't conceded one from a corner yet this match, Leeds have been doing a good job of working themselves in and getting corners, getting into dangerous positions and earning those. And from there, I do worry about whether or not we are going to concede one, because they are still winning the ball. They're just not necessarily getting the ball towards the net as a result. Evans and Ndidi have definitely been class. Evans does a very good job of making himself big, and Ndidi has been doing an even better job of that. And just stopping runs when they can get in and get pressure on those Leeds players. They want to be able to sort of run and get themselves into space. And we've been doing a very good job of stopping them from doing that. Josh would like to see Daka in the second half. I know a lot of people have been wanting to see Daka get more game time. He definitely feels like a bit more of that power sub, that sort of Mark Albrighton type figure in the front line, where we can start him in a cup match and then sort of have him as that power figure. We know Brendan Rodgers. We're not losing at the moment, so we're probably not going to see a halftime change. We'll probably be seeing substitutions coming in at around like the 60, 65th minute mark. And Daka would be a good substitution to make at that time. Kevin, I think you're talking more about Lookman here. Considering he's playing as a striker, all he's done is collect the ball and played it back. One chance for a simple through ball, and he overhits it. It is fair. I mean, I also really like Lookman, so I might be giving him more credit than he deserves this match. But again, I wouldn't say that he's been necessarily bad this match. But we can definitely agree to disagree on that. David, what struck me was despite how much more aggressive we've been today, it's how well we've made Leeds look. Leeds look a shadow of themselves previously, but today versus us, they look great. I mean, form is a very fickle thing. I think it's also entirely possible that Leeds are just playing some of their better football today. It might also be that because we tend to play more zonal defending rather than man marking, it gives Leeds the opportunity to sort of play their more fluid football that they like to play under Bielsa. They really like to play sort of pass and move football that a more fluidly placed defense where you are more overtly man marking will stop that up much more efficiently, whereas zonal defending, like we've been having against most teams, gives those players the opportunity to run into those spaces. I think the 4-3-3 has been working pretty well at the moment, personally. I wouldn't necessarily change to a 4-4-2 because, again, like we have been creating some quality chances. We just need to get that final pass made up, and I'm sure that Brendan is going to be talking to the players about that. And I mean, I don't think you're going to find any Leicester City fan that likes zonal marking. In terms of how we're watching the game, so Michael is American and I'm Canadian, so we're watching through the official broadcasters in each of our respective countries, which typically tend to show all of the Premier League games on demand. A lot of people saying that, yeah, we're expecting to see some substitutions coming around the 60-minute mark. Sumare for Madison at 60, but if we can get those last few passes, we can score. I definitely agree with that. And of course, if you are watching and you're enjoying the content, please give us a subscribe. Please like and share the video. We're working our way up to try to get 100 likes on the video. We're working our way up to get 9,000 subscribers on YouTube. So please, if you get the chance to do so, please do. Adamski, again, we've been seeing those rumors around Rodgers, but I'm not buying them yet. I want to see them come from a more reputable source. At the moment, I've only been seeing them come from like the more sports tabloid type newspapers. I want to see something like that more come from like a Fabrizio Romano type. Jono, I've seen you've joined in. If you want to give me a thumbs up, I'll pop you on screen. How are you feeling about that first half?
Very, very nerve-wracking. Again, we did our typical concede from a set piece. To be fair, it was a good set piece. We couldn't really defended it really, but the response was just excellent. Like they didn't even get a chance to finish celebrating before we just whipped one in. That's why Harvey Wanda is so important to this team. He was so focused. He was on the ball, but overall not good enough. The performance. It's just a shambles in midfield. We're losing the ball every time we pass it forwards. Then they're on our back. Then we lose it, or we just pass it backwards, and then we're left with no options. We need to use the width. Vardy, I don't think Vardy's ever had a touch this game. He's just been running around like a hellish chicken trying to close down the keeper. But I think we should go back to 4 in the midfield because it seems a lot more open at the moment. And but apart from that, it was all right.
Yeah. It's definitely been a much more fluid game than I think we see from Leicester a lot because we have been able to sort of make those through balls, which has been more positive. But similarly, we're just as leaky on defense as we have been. Maybe not just as leaky, but we're still leaky in defense, letting a team like Leeds that like to play very fluidly and play around each other and through have been playing very well in that regard.
I just got my hot chocolate.
Fox mugs all around.
Wait, so what do you say again? Sorry. What do you say again?
So I was just saying that where I've appreciated the aggressiveness that we've been seeing from Leicester and the fact that we've been way more positive on attack, it doesn't seem like we've fully solved our defensive problems yet. I think Ndidi has made a difference, but we're still letting a team like Leeds that really likes to play that sort of fluid passing football make their passes and their runs. And sooner or later, we're probably going to concede another goal as a result of it. We're not good on set pieces to begin with. So the fact that we conceded on a set piece is not a surprise to me. But I feel like we could concede one from open play in the second half.
But to be honest, apart from the set piece, we've looked quite decent. Like Evans, we've been closing down them quite well. It's just the set piece that we conceded with typically, a typical free kick. But apart from that, defense has been quite all right. it's just midfield with look of shambles. It's just been so open for them just to get in and cause damage. And Rafinha in the right hand side, you know, it's so hard to defend against Rafinha at the moment. You know, he's a bit like Grealish. He's so easy to foul and he's just so quick. But again, we know with the counter attack we can get the goals. So it's what team can get the better counter attack or better, you know, momentum of play to score the goal. I think that's what it's a case of.
For sure. Michael, I'm seeing you're back. Are you ready to come back on? No, not yet. Okay, no worries. Now, I have also seen a lot of people in the comments that have been calling for some substitutions, for some changes. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I was Brendan that I would be changing anything for this second half. Because I think we have been doing enough and we've created quality chances that I think could lead to a goal in the second half if we can solve that last pass. I mean, Tielemans' shot was pretty shambolic. And I think that he'll definitely be talking to the team about that. But I think if we needed a change, it may be a center back change. Maybe we could bring, but I don't want to bring Vestergaard on against Leeds for a whole half.
I would bring off Lookman for Maddison. I would
now,
make
would that bring a change of formation as well, or would you be playing Maddison on the wing?
It would make it for midfield. It would, because it's I don't think Lookman's been doing enough to make the difference, and I think we need that creative midfielder to bring on to change, like up things up, because we haven't got that direct pass from midfield up to Vardy. Because without Vardy being in the game, we won't be able to, make use of him. But we're trying to use the wings with Barnes and Lookman, but it's not working. We need Maddison in midfield to settle it down and make those key passes.
Yep, and we've been seeing again, there's some of that disagreement between people saying bring on Matters, people saying leave as is, and I do apologize for not bringing on that many comments. I am doing my best, but it's just a matter of just sort of bouncing around both the conversation and the comments. But please just keep your comments coming in, and I will definitely bring on as many as I can. Let's talk about the penalty a little bit. Some people saying that VAR was asleep. Again, I'm not disputing whether or not it was a foul. He was offside, and I don't think it should have been. If Leeds got a penalty in the same way, I would be fuming right now.
You know, with VAR, it's, VAR's VAR, they sometimes make their own rules up. But, if it was offside, it was offside. We couldn't really do much about it. But we've been unfortunate with VAR all season. It's not like, it's a one-off, but we will, especially against the Brighton game, that was the worst one for me where VAR was against us. But we can't dwell on it. We can't just dwell on, is that the chance where we got the penalty? We can't just rely on these penalty, Vardy penalty against Moscow, where we thought, we really lost that game was because of the Vardy penalty. We drew that game because of the Vardy penalty. It's not the case. We need to be focused all the time. We need to be making these chances for ourselves. We can't just rely on the decisions of the referee to give us these chances. We need to bring Vardy in more. We need to be someone in the midfield to make this win.
The teams are just taking back to the pitch, so I'm probably going to let you go. I'll see if I can get Michael back on, and we will kick off our commentary for the second half.
Yeah, I shall see you at full time. Hopefully it's a better result than this one.
Fingers crossed. Thanks, Jono. All right, Michael, you ready?
Isha had a dream to build a football team. Came from Thailand, now he's one of our own. On the back, and we counter-attack. Champions of England, you made us sing that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on, everybody, let's sing. Let's get behind the boys, and let's get this game before the international break. We need this one. Let's go.
All right, so I'm gonna bring. I know my broadcast hiccuped a little bit over halftime, so I'm gonna go back to my full live, and I'll let you know once I get a timestamp. I'll pause and we'll get resynced.
Yeah, cool. They're putting the ball on the spot right now.
Yeah, they have just kicked off on my end, so I am going to pause once the timer comes up on screen, which they always take their time with on these broadcasts. Nothing exciting happening too much. Leeds immediately play the ball back to Meslier. Okay, I am pausing at 45-20.
And they just kicked the ball off. Leeds playing the ball back. Still no clock on the screen.
It comes on at 45-15-ish.
Okay. Millier plays the ball to the far side. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Nice.
Some love coming in for you. Want you on every week. You definitely bring a lot of hype to the watch-alongs.
I wish I was there. Oh,
a back pass misplayed by Melier that will give Leicester City a corner. But I'll tell you what, Liam Cooper is lucky to not be on the score sheet today.
Yeah.
Melier. I don't know how I'm going to cope with the international break and then having to face Chelsea next.
Oh, yeah, me either.
Yeah, I'm not even going to think about that yet. As Tielemans plays the corner in, forces Melier to control the ball, and it's calamity in the area at the moment. Falls back to Tielemans, who shoots from a distance just wide of the net.
If anyone gets a touch on that, it's in the back of the net. Oh, my God.
I think there were like 2 or 3 opportunities where if there was like the ball fell to Wilfred Ndidi off of Melier's punch, and if it had just fallen to him with the upper, you could just see, I just saw on the replay there as Tielemans shoots, you could see both Harvey and both Harvey and Lookman stick their feet out to try to knock that ball into the net, but unfortunately it was just centimeters past their toes. And Leeds do come away from that unscathed, but barely. Leeds now looking to break, going up the right-hand side with Stuart Dallas. They do get into the penalty area. Ball played across. That will not go past Lord Farquaad in defense.
Nice football. Let's go, boys.
Leicester coming forward again. Yuri Tielemans near the center circle, plays a high through ball, but Melier will get to that ahead of Jamie Vardy.
Woo!
Just overcooks it a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
As Leeds play their way back forward. As always, if you are enjoying the watch along, please drop us a like. Please drop us a subscribe. We're working our way up to 100 likes and 9,000 subscribers on YouTube.
And everybody at home, get your clappers out.
More Leicester fans.
Get your clappers out, everybody. Come on, let's back the boys.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen you like banging the clapper. I've nearly grabbed the cookies. But like that's just going to destroy them.
Yeah, crumble your cookies.
Leeds play across into the penalty area, but Soyuncu does another good job of making himself big, and that will be out for a corner kick to Leicester City. Substitutions we should do. So I kind of agree with what Jono said. Bringing on Madison would probably be the best thing for our attack. I'm not necessarily sure that I'd change our formation and do it for Lookman as Leeds play the corner in. And that was much closer than I would have liked it to be, because I'll tell you what, they find their first man, it goes across to the back post, and he somehow puts it over the net from about a foot outside of goal.
Everyone's watching the ball.
Might have been offside anyways, but we cannot defend corners for some reason.
Soyuncu is ball watching instead of man marking, and it's terrible. Terrible.
As Ali McCoist once said, that ball drops to Harrison, and that was his Christmas and his birthday all wrapped into one. But it just goes off his thigh and over the net.
A big present for Stuart Dallas.
Leeds come forward once again. Play the ball back wide, and what a defensive play there by Sumare. I think that was Forshaw that was just caught waiting for the pass. And Sumari does a good job of just coming over and punting that ball well out of the net. Thanks so much, Golden God. Yeah, we whether you're a Leicester fan or not, we're just happy to share the Leicester City experience with as many fans as we can. And yeah, similarly, people that were calling for substitutions, we should do. A lot of people saying this is calling for Madison. His creativity in the midfield probably would help. My only concern on that regard, as Leeds play the corner in, Evans gets in there and heads the ball back out, but only as far as Dan James, who now plays the ball back forward. Harrison on the wing, marched by Soyuncu, gets past Soyuncu, plays a low cross across, falls to Dan James, and he's trying to score. I don't know what it's called in rugby, but he's trying to put it over the net. My joke failed there.
It's Australian rules football.
There you go. But yeah, we're just always trying to share the Leicester City experience with fans of other teams when given the chance. And yes, so sorry. So what I was saying about the Madison substitution was My concern with bringing Madison on is that it feels like the most natural substitution would be Sumare. Let him sit behind the back line and sort of creatively change that. But Sumare is a defensive rock for us at the moment, and I don't want to jeopardize our defense to bring Madison on. Leeds coming forward yet again. Timmy Castagna knocked down, and that will be a free kick to Leicester City.
It's going to be a scrappy second. Very
Leeds
scrappy.
United have more corners than an octagon.
Yeah, we give away corners.
And then we don't defend them well.
We don't. It's terrible. But I'm excited for
We're going to play up from the back now. So Yunshu gets tackled and Leeds regain possession. Coming forward now on the break. And Didi does a good job of defending that, and the ball falls to Tielemans, who now plays the ball back out. And now it's Leicester's turn to see if we can attack. Harvey Barnes is well marked at the moment. I believe that's Dallas marking him. And we're forced to turn around, and the play will just calm down a little bit. We will put the ball out due to an injury to Rafinha there. Looks like Ndidi just caught Rafinha on the ankle there. Studs to the top of the boot. Simon not thrilled with Brendan Rodgers' tactics.
Okay. Back the boys. Back the manager. Like, seriously. What's going on the last week with the booing at the Moscow game, and then Matt Piper tweeting that you shouldn't boo, and people having to go at Matt Piper? Listen, everyone. Back the boys. Save the booing for the opponents. And if you don't like the football, leave it in the comments. Don't boo at the stadium. It's terrible.
Yeah. Because it does put the players into a sort of downward spiral where they need the momentum from the fans. And if the fans are turning on them, the performance is only going to get worse.
Well, then we have to hear it from the other fans. Oh, you're booing your own players? Like, come on. I don't want to hear from other fans about my team. You know?
Harrison with the ball outside the penalty area. Makes a pass. Shot comes in from a distance, but right into the arms from Rodrigo's boot into Schmeichel's hands. How long have we been supporting Leicester? Michael, I believe you said you came in around 2016, 2017?
Like, yeah, 2015, 2014, yeah. Yeah,
sorry, great escape year, not title winning year.
Nigel Pearson.
Yes. And then for me, I started supporting Leicester from like a broad distance, like nothing more than just I knew who they were and I liked them since about 2008. But I started really following the team in about 2017, 2018. Yeah. A little bit of back and forth coming again. Leicester definitely haven't had the tooth that we've had in the first half. Leeds definitely seem to be better at keeping their shape and stopping us from sort of coming forward on those attacks. And Leeds now doing a good job of pressuring. It's Rafinha on the wing, well marked by Ndidi. Ball goes out for a Leeds throw that they will look to take pretty quickly.
Leeds came out with a bunch of energy from halftime, and they're looking to get the go-ahead goal here.
Cross will be collected by Schmeichel, but we know Schmeichel's distribution. I feel like it's going to be a Leeds throw-in pretty soon. And I say that, and that ball almost goes out for a Leeds throw-in in the defensive area, and they will immediately collect and clear.
Leeds is pressuring us so tough. We can't play out from the back like we want to. So we're going to have to hoof it forward and get on the second ball. I don't know if we have the bodies, the guys that want to play hard. Tielemans is playing hard. Wilf, Sumare, they're playing hard, putting bodies on somebody. One-touch pass.
I'll address your comment in just a second because Leicester are coming in on the attack, and it gets intercepted by Leeds, but it's some good play. Barnes did a very good job of getting himself into some space, but now Leeds look to counter. Wide open space was left there for Dan James in the middle, but Yuri Tielemans does a good job of making himself big and heading that ball out of play. Simon, I will address your comment quickly. I don't want this to turn into like a debate that's going to take over the match, but we respect fans' right to do what they see fit. Like, you paid for the ticket, you're in the stands, you are you do what you see is right. We're sharing our opinion as fans as well. At the end of the day, as Leeds play the corner in, Ball rattles around and will fall to James on the outside of the penalty area. I'll get back into this when the ball goes out of play. Shot comes in from a distance from James and will go wide of the net.
Look,
But ultimately, it's the way that Michael and I see booing. Like, we see it as just being something that's going to make a team that is struggling do even worse. But it's perfectly legitimate to be critical of the team in their current form. And that's definitely what a lot of fans do on social media as well. But at
leave
the
it
same
in the
time,
comments.
Yeah,
That's what I say. Leave it in the comments.
Our stance is leave it in the comments.
Yeah, leave it in the comments. You know, step it up, boy. Like, your football today was trash. Don't boo at the ground, because then the other fans are there and they're like, haha, you guys boo your team. You guys don't like your team. And then you're going to go out to the car park and ask him for an autograph? How are you going to boo the man and then ask him for an autograph in the car park? Come on. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
But
leave it
more than anything else, the other thing that I want to say is, like, I realize that this has been like a fierce debate amongst fans on social media. Let's not get divided about things. And I'll get back into that as Leeds are coming in on the attack. But a good block by Johnny Evans stops the first shot by Leeds. But Leeds come forward once again. What a tackle by Wilfred Ndidi. Stops that attack in its tracks. And we move forward again. Sorry, that was Lookman, not Ndidi. We come forward again. Tielemans, unfortunately, plays the pass right into the feet of Leeds United. And they come forward once again. Playing up the wing, marked by Castagna. Cross comes in and cross falls right to the feet of Rodrigo, who hits the side netting.
Leeds is running. We got to be ready.
But I'm going to put this topic to bed once I've finished with this. But the last thing I want to say is just that this is something that's dividing the fans at the moment. And I do not want to see that amongst the Leicester City fan base. Especially when the team is struggling with its form a little bit. The last thing that we need to do is have a fan base that's divided amongst itself. We saw that happen with Arsenal. We don't want that to happen with the team as well. So at the very least, on a game-by-game basis, let's get behind the team. Let's show our support, because when they're in poor form, that's when they need us more than ever.
Exactly.
And with that, let's get back into the game. Kasper Schmeichel is going to start to take this goal kick. Ball comes high and long, meets the head of Jamie Vardy. Harvey Barnes collects. I thought that might have gone off his hand, but he maintains possession. And that will go off of Liam Cooper for a corner kick to Leicester. And yeah, we get that people are frustrated with the performances, and honestly, we should be. It is fair to be.
Yeah, leave it in the comments. That's my take on it. Leave it in the comments. Call into the radio show. Leave your comment here on the Watch Along show, but don't boo at the ground. That is just...
Yuri plays a high cross in. It does not beat Rafinha at the near post, but Soumare will head it back into the penalty area, cleared by Stuart Dallas. Very high ball. Has only just landed at the feet of Calvin Phillips. Tielemans does a good job of making himself big and breaks up Leeds' momentum, but Leeds maintain possession and move forward with Forshaw now, who gets absolutely barreled by a Soumare there. Soumare plays the ball back into our defensive line. Zachary Harden, thank you so much for the $5 super chat.
Thanks, Zach.
Definitely appreciate it. It helps us cover the costs of the channel. We all do this on a volunteer basis, so any money that comes into the channel just goes right back into getting us equipment, the subscription to the streaming services, and things like that. So thank you so much.
We do this for the love.
We're coming up to the 60th minute, so that is Brendan Rodgers substitution time. So I expect that we'll start seeing a player warm up within like the next 5-ish minutes. Yeah, they're just showing the attempts so far, and it's 7.5 for Leeds. Only 1 attempt so far this half for Leicester. Leeds have the ball in the penalty area. I think that was Wilf. Does a very good job of making himself big and getting the tackle on Harrison. Ricardo will play the ball off of Harrison, but that will fall back to the feet of Harrison. But indeed, he just throws him over his back. And Leicester will regain possession and play the ball long.
Oh, Yuri.
Tielemans is hurt.
Calvin Phillips steps on his ankle really bad.
Just showing the replay on that. It was just after Harrison gets thrown over. Oh, so Phillips stuck his foot out to try to get to the ball, and as Tielemans kicks the ball as hard as he can to clear it. His foot will just catch the cleats of Calvin Phillips, and that thankfully, again, I think it's just an impact pain, but it doesn't look like he's going to be injured. Like he is back on his feet and walking.
Little
It has
ginger.
definitely been a worrisome second half so far. And again, we're getting into Roger substitution time. We should be seeing a sub reasonably soon. And thank you for the mention here, Golden God. Yeah, 115 people watching on YouTube. Please hit the like button if you are enjoying the watch along. And let's get up to 100 likes on YouTube. High free kick comes forward. Will fall to Harvey Barnes. He's forced to turn around and put his back to goal, though. He will find Tielemans on the outside of the penalty area. Tries to play a little bit of back and forth, but Llorente just gets in there first ahead of Harvey Barnes. But we maintain possession. Ball currently held around the border between our defensive third, or their defensive third.
It's a really good football. Samari on the edge of the box. He takes a shot, and it's wow.
And it's just high.
And it's good.
Maybe not just high, but it's too high. Pat is good.
It's good.
But some positive attacking play. We hadn't seen that from Leicester very much in the first part of this second half. Good to see us moving forward again, but we need to start making that a consistency because when we don't have the ball, Leeds are looking dangerous. Indeed, nice. With the ball right on the halfway line, just knocks his man over for fun, sends him back to the high street on Leeds to the shops. Ndidi again turns his man on the center circle, and now we look forward and attack.
In the box.
Plays it off the defender, and that is out for a corner kick, but that deflection could have gone anywhere and nearly finds Jamie Vardy for what would have just been a tap-in for him. I would have been breaking out the biscuits for that, but that is out for a corner kick. Seeing it's a penalty to Everton. With the ball out of play, I'll just do a quick double check around the horn. Arsenal are leading 1-0 against Watford at the moment. Everton-Tottenham is still 0-0, but apparently they do have a penalty. I'll keep you posted on if anything comes up with that, as Leicester City do look to play in this corner. It will be Tielemans again. Plays it low, can't find Vardy, but that rebound just doesn't fall to Soumare and Leeds regain possession. They will play the ball off of Tielemans and out for a goal kick.
Madison's getting warm. Looks like Big Dan's getting warm. Pats and Daka's getting warm. Ian Nacho's getting warm.
Yep, definitely. Like we said, we're getting into the Brendan Rodgers substitution time. A lot of players warming up on the sidelines. They're just showing a clip right now with 4 Leicester players warming up and 3 Leeds players warming up. So definitely could be some changes coming within the next couple of minutes as Leeds play the goal kick. Struijk will win the ball ahead of Tielemans and play the ball over towards Harrison. Ball moves forward, will fall to Dan James. James marked by Soyuncu. He'll play the ball back to Harrison. Harrison trying to find James, will not find him ahead of Soyuncu. Clearance is collected by Leeds, and they'll move forward on the ring again. No look pass from Forshaw. Forces James into the corner, but he does regain the ball and will play the ball to Forshaw. Forshaw will find Harrison. Dancing around the penalty area. A little toe poke by Ricardo gets the ball out, but will fall to Forshaw again. Leeds really pressuring here. James now on the wing. He'll play it to Struijk. Struijk will play the ball to Harrison. Harrison will keep the ball in ahead of Ricardo. Cannot get past Ndidi and Leicester regain possession. We got to get the ball out of our defensive third here, though.
What a scrappy game.
Soumare. Soumare to Evans. Evans plays the ball up towards Castagna. Castagna gets the ball up into the Leeds half now. Plays a through ball that will not find Vardy, and Leeds regain possession.
What's your time stamp
on the opposite wing? It's Harrison coming forward on the left wing. He plays a high cross coming in that's just over the head of Rodrigo and into the arms of Kasper Schmeichel. Dan Bradbury with the comment here that that many players warming up across the lines as well could be his way of telling the players, step it up or you're coming off the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll definitely be hoping that the Leicester fans are making some noise in Ellen Road right now because we definitely need to see some more positive play here and some more positive attacks. Something more like that cross that nearly found Jamie Vardy in the penalty area. And again, if you are a Leicester fan, if you're not a Leicester fan but want to know more about Leicester City, please drop us a subscribe. We just crossed the 8K mark and we're working our way up to 9,000 subscribers. Harsh challenge there in midfield by Calvin Phillips will give a free kick to Leicester City right on the halfway line. And also just to give a quick update, the penalty has been overturned in Everton versus Tottenham, and the goal for Arsenal has been overturned in Arsenal versus Watford. So both games remain 0-0. Gonna try to sneak a little bit of muffin here.
Leicester with the ball, a free kick at the halfway line.
So Yunchu just tries to psych up the players with a fake free kick there. Lines up and puts the ball long, looking for Harvey on the wing. Cannot find him. But Harvey forces Rafinha into a mistake, and that will be another Leicester City corner.
Oh, it's out for a throw.
What? I'm stunned there. I definitely saw that ball cross that line, but all right.
Yeah, it looked like it was.
Castagna to take the throw in. Finds Barnes. Barnes turns away from goal, dances around a couple challenges, has no one to pass it to, though. Passes it to Castagna, deeper on the wing. Castagna forced to play the ball back towards Tielemans. Tielemans forced to play the ball back towards the center halves. Overcooks his pass to Soyuncu, forces him into a clearance, but that will find Ricardo on the opposite wing. And forces a pretty running challenge by Liam Cooper that will go out for a corner kick. So now we get that corner. Tielemans to play an outswinging corner in here, I would assume, from the right-hand side. No players there to give the option for a short corner, so this will be a high cross. Not that we like to play short corners to begin with anyways.
Hopefully it beats the first man. Jeez, come on.
Fingers crossed. Cross comes in. Header! And that's it!
Let's go! Let's go! Ademola Lookman! Let's go!
And that is Leeds United 1.
And we scored from a set piece!
2.
Let's go! Ademola Lookman, a flick on from the near post.
And I'll tell you what, you can get a photo of the Loch Ness Monster. You can get a photo of Bigfoot, but this is rarer. We have a photo of us scoring from a corner.
Jamie Vardy, who has been putting flick-ons from the near post the last 4 or 5 games, including an own goal, puts a perfect flick-on to the far post. Ademola Lookman is there just to tap it in. No one's marking him.
Hold on. VAR is involved. VAR is reviewing this.
I need to see the replay again.
It's offside. Score remains 1-1.
Jeez. I don't like this thing right here. Why do they do that? What is that? I don't like that.
But we've shown that we can put the ball in the back of the net, take our positives where we can.
Yikes.
Also, just for the record around the horn, my my little ticker updater was out of date. It is Arsenal 1, Watford 0.
Oh, my goodness. Come on. All right, boys, let's go.
Finn, you can be offside from a you can't be offside from a corner on the first contact, but because Vardy flicked it on, that did give the opportunity for it to be offside. Leeds now coming forward with Harrison. Harrison passes to Forshaw. Forshaw plays the ball across, and that will not find anybody. Cleared by Johnny Evans. We see you got some Leeds fans coming in the chat as well. You know what? You're welcome to tune in. Leeds now passing the ball around their back line. High ball, looking for somebody, but will only find Ricardo Pereira. He'll play the ball to Tielemans. And now Leicester look to break. Ademola Lookman crosses the halfway line. He plays a through ball, looking to find, I think that was Timmy Castagna he was looking for, but just can't get there.
James.
And now it's coming forward with Rodrigo. Rodrigo finds Dan James. Dan James plays it across, finds Harrison. Harrison's cross is blocked by Lookman. And out for a Leeds throw.
Man, what a letdown not having that goal go in.
It's definitely
And
deflating. They're just showing.
It gives,
Oh
gives
my
Leeds-
goodness! They're showing it again. He's offside by the length of his foot.
wow. He's offside, though.
Yeah, it's again one of those things that like is so narrow, but it was offside. Hey Fee, good to see you tuning in. Can keep you up to date as Amarte comes on for Barnes, so that's definitely a change of formation coming there. Score is 1-1, but Leicester have scored twice. Recent goal from a corner called for offside by the length of a foot on Ademola Lookman. Tim, to be perfectly honest, like we can disagree with like the introduction of VAR all we want, but as the letter of the law states, he was offside. The current scoreline is fair.
I think the scoreline is fair. It's been a very scrappy game, back and forth. Both teams have been, on the ball, trying their hardest, pressing on defense, off the ball. And, it's a pretty even game. I don't see any team being better than the other one. But
agreed.
Let's back the boys. Let's get a goal. Dirty
Leicester City
Leeds
coming forward again. Big Dan Amarte gets his first touch on the ball, plays the ball out to Ricardo. Ricardo to Tielemans to Vardy. Vardy trying to find Lookman on a break. Oh, and he just gets pushed over by I think that was either Llorente or Cooper on defense, giving Meslier the chance to grab that ball. And I'll tell you what, definitely appreciate getting that from the Leeds fan in the chat. But if you are enjoying the watch along, if you're a Leeds fan or a Leicester fan, please drop us a like. Leeds are going to play the ball out from the back. Score still stands 1-1 in the 71st minute.
Come on, boys.
Come on, back and forth getting around our forward players. Just double checking here as well. DAZN not showing an update in formation, but I guarantee you that is not correct because they're currently showing Amarte as a left winger.
No.
Leeds now have the ball on a wide open break here. Harrison on the wing. What a tackle by Johnny Evans. Gets in there, makes himself big, stops that attack in its tracks. And Ndidi and Evans will now look to regroup, play the ball forward. Sumare with the ball. He'll play it out wide to Castagna. Castagna forced to turn around, but he gets away from his man, plays the ball back to Evans. The goal for Leicester was by... who was that goal by?
Harvey.
Goal scored by Barnes. Yes, it was actually immediately after Leeds scored first. Harvey Barnes with a lovely piece of play up the wing and basically just scored a worldie all alone. Very similar shades of the Manchester United match there, where the replay starts at the kickoff.
Exactly.
Johnny Evans plays a high cross in that will be collected by Illan Meslier ahead of Yuri Tielemans.
It might have been scored even faster than the goal from Man U. Rafinha turns Soyuncu crazy and leads through ball.
Coming forward on the wing. Tries to find Dan James, but doesn't even find Dan Amarte there, and that's right into the feet of Kasper Schmeichel.
Finds Kasper Schmeichel. Wow. Ellen Road is packed, and everyone is standing. Leeds are up for this game right now, and we got to be ready for this last 15 minutes.
Well, just as important as this match is for Leicester, this match is equally important for Leeds because if they can't turn their form around, they run the risk of falling into a second season syndrome moment. Leeds now coming on the attack again. Ball with Dan James on the outside of the penalty area. Takes a shot, but just gets the wrong side of the ball there, and that will roll out.
Why did he give Wilf a yellow? He gives Wilf a yellow.
I have no idea what that is for.
From the continuation earlier, where he played advantage.
Just showing a replay here. Ooh, yeah, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. He goes in, studs up onto the side of the ankle of Dan James.
What a good memory on that ref. What a great memory on that ref, because that was about a minute and a half of play time. He still pulled that yellow out on Will.
And I'll tell you what, like, I'm wearing blue on this live stream. I am not disputing that booking. That was a yellow card. Through ball play, looking to find Jamie Vardy, but just overcooks it, and Meslier will collect. And then again, Leeds playing the ball out from the back quite a bit. Jamie Vardy gets in and gets thrown
that not
over.
a foul?
Yuri Tielemans collects. And that ball will go into the legs of Illan Meslier.
Jamie Vardy with the press.
Who did he dispossess there?
Cooper makes a just awful first touch and wow.
Absolutely barrels Jamie Vardy head over heels. And now Leeds look to come forward again. Ball with Rodrigo.
Rafinha.
Rodrigo finds Rafinha on the outside of the penalty area. Rafinha trying to find Rodrigo again, but overcooks his pass, and that is out for a goal kick.
Wow. We can get to these guys.
Very, very positive play from both teams all around there. Dr. Sprock, I'm assuming you're a Leeds fan, missing Bamford, but at the same time, I would say Dan James has really stepped up for Leeds. Credit where it's due.
Where is Patrick Bamford? Where is he?
I believe he's injured at the moment. He's either injured or
Okay.
sick, but he's not in the squad at all. He's not on the bench either. James Maddison is going to be coming on here.
Tielemans is talking about
like it's going to be for Yuri Tielemans, but he is on the ground at the moment, tending to, I think, not his hamstring, but his calf.
Tired. Yeah, he's tired. He's played like every minute for the last. Well, wait, did he? He didn't start a couple matches ago, did he? I don't know. He's played a lot.
I think he did. Yeah, I think it was either Jono. Yeah, I think Jono mentioned that Tielemans has started every game for Leicester since like 2020 or something like that, including cup games.
Yeah. So he needs a break.
Tielemans still on the ground there. Just showing a replay of the play against it. Yeah, it looks like it may have just been an uncomfortable collision of legs with Meslier there. And yeah, a couple comments coming in. Mateus misses winning games comfortably. Lee Spencer figures Vardy with a late one coming. You can only imagine how we'll celebrate scoring a late winner against Leeds. It's going to be a good day for Sean possibly here, as Kieran Dewsbury Hall is getting kitted up. Looks like he might come on for Lookman.
Let's go.
And Dan Bradbury will take Rafinha in a heartbeat as a signing for Leicester. Just some general positivity here. Yeah, Tielemans limping as he comes off. We'll definitely be keeping our fingers crossed that that's not going to be a long-term thing. It will be Dewsbury Hall that will be coming on. So some youth up front for Leicester City.
A little creativity.
And yeah, James Maddison will not be coming on. So that's two changes for Leicester now. And DAZN has now updated. So our new lineup, we have gone 3 at the back. It is a 3-1-4-2 for Leicester City. A lot of players up front then. But now Leeds coming forward once again. Ball played to Harrison. Harrison can't get past Amarte. Amarte plays the ball back towards Evans. Evans to Ndidi. Ndidi to Amarte. We're forced to play the ball around at the back as Leeds playing a very high press at the moment. Leeds regain possession. Ball with Dan James outside the penalty area. And to steal a term from Sheffield United, if he thinks he's scoring from a shot like that, he's reading comics. He was very well set, but he goes for power instead of placement and just fires that, as they would say on FIFA, high, wide, and not very handsome.
Right. And it's a souvenir for the fans.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't been to a match in England, but you don't get to keep the ball if it goes into the stands.
No, you got to throw it back.
Yeah. Like you get kicked out if you refuse to give the ball back.
Yeah. But then you have a ball.
Which I kind of understand, because like in baseball, the ball costs like $5. In soccer, that's like, or in football, that's like a $120 ball.
Well, they have buckets of baseballs at the baseball game, so like.
Yeah. Jamie Vardy now with the ball, putting some high pressure on. He's being marked by Llorente. Ball goes out for a corner kick for Leicester City, 78th minute.
'79th minute. Come on, boys, let's go. We need 3 points. We
got hit with the ball recently at one of the matches.
Yeah,
I just same with the MLS. I know that because I've seen some balls have to get thrown back at Toronto FC games. And yes, Villa have sacked Dean Smith. Farka also sacked by Norwich City.
Wow! After a win.
Well, in all fairness, I was reading about Norwich. When they took the lead against Brentford, that was the first lead they'd had all season.
All season, wow. What a yo-yo.
James Maddison, recent substitution, is going to take this corner. Staggered play as we play a high cross in that will not pass the Leeds defender, but it will fall to Sumari. Sumari heads it up. Leeds will clear it out only as far as Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall finds Amarte. Amarte finds Maddison. Madison finds Dewsbury Hall again. He plays the ball across. Melier is forced to parry, and Chalar Soyuncu has to do better there.
Damn it!
Off the play, Melier was lying on the ground. He would have had no choice but to watch that. But the ball just doesn't fall right for Soyuncu, and he scuffs his lines there.
Oh, it falls
and
right.
Just
He
rolls
just
that ball
absolutely
wide.
messes this.
Oh my.
It falls for him, and he just absolutely drags it to the near post about 3 yards wide. Not even
We
close.
will not get a better chance at goal this season. The keeper on the ground, unmarked for Soyuncu.
Oy.
Oh, and he just puts it wide, and it remains 1-1.
And Wilf looks like he is ready to play football, and he is back. I love it.
Oh my goodness. Leeds setting up for a substitution. I don't recognize that face, unfortunately, and I can't see the number on his kit.
But he does have a ponytail.
Dr. Sprock, the Leeds fan coming here asking if Dewsbury Hall sounds like a place.
Yes, Kieran Dewsbury Hall. I've drank beers there before.
Madison gets knocked over, and that will be a free kick to Leicester City, right in the center circle.
Come on,
Evans
Leicester.
take. We are pushing players upfield.
Slow things down a little bit more.
Although we're taking our time taking this as well. Not too much urgency here. Evans clears the ball up and finds absolutely nobody. Header then falls to Leeds, and Leeds will look to counterattack. Evans will meet that with his head. He then heads the ball only as far as Llorente. Leicester trying to regain possession, but just cannot knock the ball off of Leeds as they pass the ball all the way across their back line to Harrison. Harrison under pressure by Ricardo, forced to turn his back to goal. Sumari with the interception, and Leicester regain possession, but Ricardo gets thrown down, and that is a free kick to Leeds. Free kick to Leicester, much to the chagrin of the assistant coach for Leeds.
And
throwing his arms and jumping up and down at that call.
But it's a foul. And Leeds make a substitution. Jack Harrison, who has been giving us problems all match long, is coming off.
Jack Harrison coming off for Tyler Roberts, number 11.
Tyler Roberts and his ponytail. He has a nice fade, though. A nice 0 to 1 fade going on. A little poofy ponytail. I like it.
A lot of players clustered up outside the penalty area, probably expecting an in-swinging cross from Madison, which is exactly what happens.
Great ball by Madison.
Leeds United player, though. And now Leeds look to break. Dewsbury Hall will collect that ball, but he undercooks his pass to Schmeichel, and nearly that gets recollected by Leeds. Schmeichel just punts that ball upfield, and it was Soyuncu of all people that was up at the other end of the field there, and that goes out for a Leicester City throw-in that Timmy Castagna will take, and we get the chance to regain our shape, which is something that we needed. Dewsbury Hall passes back and forth with Castagna. Ball falls to Madison. Madison gives the ball away. Llorente now has possession. Madison regains possession. That ball will go to Soyuncu, who will play it to Ndidi, and Ndidi will play the ball over to Castagna. Sorry, that's Madison. Madison plays the ball to Castagna. Castagna under pressure, forced to turn backwards and play the ball back. And that pass gets intercepted, and now Leeds have possession. And Chalar Soyuncu just knocks Rafinha over like it's nothing.
84th minute.
And we'll definitely be hoping for a late winner here as we get into the 84th minute. Leeds with possession in the center circle. Pascal Struijk with the ball. He plays it up the wing to Dan James. The Welshman tries to get past his man, but he can't. He's forced to play the ball back to Strauch. Strauch plays the ball to Forshaw. Forshaw back to Strauch. Strauch back to Forshaw. Forshaw crosses, and that will only find a Leicester City man, but the header will only fall as far as number 23, who I do not see on the... that's Phillips. So Yunshu will collect that pass.
Every man behind the ball. All 11 behind the ball.
And Leeds maintaining possession here. Rodrigo now. He makes his pass across back to Strauch. Strauch passes to the substitute Roberts. Roberts is dispossessed. Leicester regain possession with Ndidi. Ndidi tries to get past Forshaw. Makes the pass. We get dispossessed. Amarte gets dispossessed by Roberts. Roberts now with the ball on the outside of the penalty area. He'll pass the ball across, and he finds number 15. That's Stuart Dallas. Dallas finds Forshaw. Forshaw makes a pass that goes to Strauch. Strauch then plays the ball forward. It will fall to Rodrigo. Way too many passes coming together for Leeds there. Gets clear for a throw-in that they will take quickly, and it's back with Strauch. Strauch passes to Forshaw.
Come on, boys.
Back to Rodrigo. Rodrigo is dispossessed by Ricardo, and that's another throw into Leeds.
Get your clappers out, everybody. We got to back the boys right now. Leeds are tightening the screws, and we got to back the boys. Let's go. Come on, Leicester. Come on, Leicester. Let's go.
Leicester fans needing to make some noise here in the stands as we are being penned back into our defensive third. At least for the last 2-3 minutes, possession has just been in our defensive third.
Brendan scribbling some stuff down on his paper. Get out of here scribbling stuff. Let's go. What the hell?
Yeah, Anthony's saying that we are hanging on here. We're making Leeds look good, but we do always have a late goal in us. There is no way that this match is over yet. 86th minute, Evans plays a slow ball trying to find, I think that was Sumare, but he doesn't find him. Leeds now come forward again. So Yunshu intercepts that, though. Dewsbury Hall now with the ball.
Nice turn, Dewsbury Hall, and he draws a foul. Great turn. That's a foul. Come on, bro. Let's go. Come on, dirty Leeds.
So Leicester City have possession. We're just coming up to 86.5 minutes played. Time ticking away here. We're going to take our time taking this, though. I will just do a quick check around the horn. Scores remain as they stand. 0-0 for Everton Tottenham, 1-0 Arsenal Watford. High cross comes in. Just cannot find Ricardo with the ability to control the ball, and Leeds will clear that ball away. That will be Roberts with possession now. Tries to find Forshaw. Forshaw plays the ball back. Leicester playing a high press here. James Maddison nearly dispossesses Forshaw in the penalty area there. Sumare now maintains possession. He does a turn and gets away from Roberts. Dewsbury Hall finds Maddison via Ricardo. Maddison knocks down his man.
Byline, Maddison!
Plays the ball across, finds Dewsbury Hall. He'll find... Oh... That's not the shot we needed from Ndidi. Again, the ball finds an unmarked Leicester player in space in the penalty area, and he just cannot get the shot off. Credit to Maddison there, who just absolutely sends Liam.
Why doesn't Dewsbury Hall take the shot? Why does he lay it off to Wilf of all people? Wilf takes it on his left and sends it way. It's another souvenir for the crowd. Oh, and of course, Forshaw has the cramp. In the 88th minute, Forshaw has a cramp.
We'll get that time back in injury time at least, but Leicester City are getting served on a platter here, and we are just throwing it away. Just for some updates here, so I get little alerts on the other matches. There's now been a red card in each of the other two games in quick succession. Someone has been sent off in Everton Tottenham. Someone has been sent off in Watford Arsenal. When the ball next goes out of play, I'll give you updates on that. Leeds will recollect the ball ahead of Castagna deep in their area, but that ball will go out for a goal kick to Elan Melier.
Sounds like the referees in the other game got a handle on their matches, while our ref is just like blind.
Mason Holgate has been sent off for Everton in the 92nd minute, and Juraj Kucka has been sent off for Watford in the 89th against Arsenal. Just a lot of back and forth going on at the moment, but Ndidi now has the ball. He'll play to Sumare. Strout gets in there and dispossesses Sumare. Leeds now move forward. Dallas plays the ball high and over, trying to find Roberts and nearly does. This is calamity in the Leicester penalty area. Ball falls to Dan James. Dan James has the ball in the
Get out!
area. He passes it to Rodrigo, and that will be stopped by Ricardo Pereira, and that is a Leeds corner in the 89th minute. Worrisome stuff here because we know about the way that Leicester City defends corners. This is late in the game.
Dan Amarty, wow, man.
That might get called for handball against Amarte if that goes to VAR, but it's not looking like it is. Substitution for Leeds now. Number 35 coming on for Forshaw. Forshaw, another player that's been giving us some trouble, and he is off in favor of Charlie Cresswell.
There's another Cresswell, huh? A Charlie.
I thought he was I was like, there's no way. Is Cresswell still playing?
All right, 3 minutes injury time. Get your clappers out.
With 3 minutes out of time, Leeds are going to take their time taking this penalty as a corner.
It seems like a penalty. It does. We're on edge.
Looks as though some talk might be going on in the penalty area.
Samari playing a full 90 minutes.
Lots of Leeds players in the area here as they will play a low ball that will fall to the Leeds player. Shot comes in and goes over the net.
Wow.
For a goal kick.
Leeds plays a ball to the edge of the area instead of a ball into the box, and Rafinha takes a shot from just outside the area. It's blocked by KDH, and then he makes the rebound shot, and it's sent into the stands. Another souvenir. But
credit where it's due to Dewsbury Hall for an excellent block there.
KDH puts his body on the line. We need this point. We need a result.
Goal kick goes long from Casper. Doesn't find anybody but Dan James. He'll play the ball off Ricardo, and it goes back into the Leeds defensive third. But now Leeds look to break. Ball coming forward right now with Roberts. Under pressure by both Wilf and Johnny, but he keeps possession. Plays the ball over to Dan James. Dan James makes his pass. He'll find Calvin Phillips. Phillips plays it over to the other wing. That's probably Cresswell. Cresswell's cross is blocked. And we'll
Casper,
go right
come
in the
down
arms
and grab
of
it. Let's go.
A little bit of a family connection here, apparently. Charlie Cresswell's dad, Richard Cresswell, used to play for Leicester.
Hey!
So do it for your dad, Charlie. Put the ball in your own net.
Do it for dad.
High dropped goal kick from Casper. Will only find a Leeds player there. And we're forced to play the ball right the way back to Casper. Casper and Amarte passing the ball back and forth. Long ball from Casper now. We are into the final minute of this match. Leeds will intercept that, but we will collect from that header. Leicester moving forward for one last attack here. James Madison gets knocked down, but he gets back up with the ball. Holding that ball under immense pressure there from Cresswell. He will find Castagna. Castagna will find KDH. We're just holding the ball, though. There's not much momentum. We're playing the ball backward to the last 15 seconds of this match. So Yunshu now moving forward ahead of Robert. Gets tripped. No free kick given, and that's a goal kick, and surely that will end this match. I'm surprised that wasn't a free kick. Wow. And yeah, that's momentum gone, and that's surely the end of this match.
Wow. Well, you know, we always knew we were going to go to Ellen Road. It was going to be a tough match to get the 3 points. And you know, we played good. We didn't have that final ball. It was scrappy. At least
playing one final attack here. Dan James on the left wing, trying to get past Ricardo, but his cross gets blocked. It's out for a throw in, but that is full time whistle.
Leeds a great away
one, Leicester City 1. Disappointing.
Yeah, it is disappointing. We all came here to see some good football, see 3 points, but Leeds were up to it. They were scrappy. I mean, what are you
Everton
going
and
to do?
Tottenham also finishes 0-0. Arsenal versus Watford into the 96th minute. Still 1-0 Arsenal. I don't really see any change coming for that. But yeah, frustrating draw once again. It was positive from the team, but again, just not what it took to get over the line. 2 high quality chances thrown into the bin. And yeah, a lot of fans coming in here and saying that this was just not good enough. Brendan's at the wheel. A couple fans are saying, yeah, some fans starting to turn on Brendan. Jamie, I'm seeing you're in. If you're ready to go, I'll add you on. Disappointing.
Yes, it was. I think, well, yeah, it was disappointing. We played well in patches and that. But again, I agree with some of the comments on there. Not good enough. I don't think it was good enough at all. We were slow to the ball. In defence, we were very slow again. Yes, we did have breaks and we did have counter-attacks. Yes, we scored from an offside goal. It was just offside, very just offside. But I think that would have papered over the cracks if we'd managed to sneak 3 points from that today. Because I don't think we're at it. We're not at it. We're still playing too slow at the back. Stefan just said there, we're playing far too slow at the back, I think, to be honest. We need to be quicker. Lookman did nothing in that first half. Absolutely nothing. I just don't know. He didn't look like he wanted to attack anybody. He didn't look like he wanted to go past anybody. I just don't know. Yeah. Who was that just said lethargic?
Stephen Bates.
Stephen Bates. Yeah, it just lethargic. I think Barnes was. You just put comments on there about Barnes. Why did they take Barnes for Amati? We actually looked a bit more solid at the back, I think, when Amati came on and we were playing wing backs. So that's why I think Amati came on and Barnes hadn't played for a few weeks, had he? So he probably couldn't manage the full 90 minutes. But there was again, we can't pass wind. Again, though, Michael, there was corners in that first half. 2 out of the 3 first corners we had didn't beat the first man again. It's just annoying that we can't beat the first man at corners. If we were better at set pieces, we'd be a lot better, I think. And it's just annoying that they can't find the man with passes. Again, there was passes going astray. But what do you think, Michael? What did you think to the game in overall?
I have a problem with the not good enough. Leeds showed up today. They're a different type of team. They run, they press, they have energy for full 90. And I know we should be, that type of team as well. But I mean, they were good today. And I mean, we're not in form. We did score on the offside goal. Lookman was there. He was there. I don't know, man.
That's 3 offside corners we've scored from this year. All 3 have been offside. All 3 have been in the same colour kit. Is it another kit?
Again, Vardy with the flick on the near post. It ended up in an own goal a couple matches ago. But I just think that we got to back the boys. We're almost there. We're just there, And the league is a lot better this year. And it was a scrappy match. I was entertained by the football today. I was, and it wasn't good enough, but it's a point away at Ellen Road, and it was always going to be tough, That's my take.
But we just don't. I mean, like my mantra at the minute is: if you can't win, do not lose. Yes, we've got a good point against Ellen Road, but we don't look like scoring goals. Our home form has been poor. We, like Nick Moore says, poor performance again. We look lethargic again. Leeds came out firing. Leeds came out firing for the whole 90 minutes. You can see why the Leeds fans enjoy watching their football, win, lose or draw. Right. Like Patrick just says there, leagues have improved, but we've not. West Ham have improved. Everton have improved. Man City have upgraded. Liverpool have upgraded. Everyone's improved. We haven't. The players we bought wasn't really first team material. Sumari looked good, but he looked like he was blown out his backside at the end of the game after 90 minutes. He'd done a lot of running around. Right. Tillemans took a bit of a knock to his calf, whether it was in that challenge on the keeper.
Yeah.
But there was no decisive passes. There was too many heavy forward balls that players couldn't. There was a chance the first minute. Lookman, he had a chance, but he made it. The first touch was bad. Tillemans made a pass to Lookman. Sorry, no, Lookman to Tillemans. The passes were just not crisp enough. They weren't finding the men. We had people in chances, but we just couldn't. We just couldn't find the men and couldn't find the right passes for it, which is disappointing. We should be a lot better than that, 100 times better than that. We just don't look at it. We don't look at the races at all, unfortunately, for me. And I'm still, even though, yes, it was a good game, I'm still losing that faith a little bit. I really do. Like I said last week, Thursday night, has Rodgers taken us as far as he can? We've been playing like this.
You've given me something to think about, because I don't like the getting rid of managers in the middle of season and the talk of managers in the future. I don't like that. I like, what we got right now is what we're going to play with, and we're going to stick to it, and we're going to try as hard as we can. But what you've said about, has he taken us as far as he can? I understand that point, and it's giving me something to think about. But I like developing players. I like being the underdog and trying to, but I understand the club is at a new level now. And like you said, the players that we bought should improve the club, not be a developmental part of the club. I feel that.
But are we improving though, Michael? Have we improved since winning the FA Cup, since winning the Community Shield? Have we gone onwards and upwards? I don't think we have. If anything, I think we've gone backwards, to be honest. All the other teams, they look afraid to be out there. There's no confidence. There's no cohesion. They're not gelling together or anything. And it's like Andrew just said, same boring football week in, week out. At one point, I don't know which channel you were watching it on, but the commentators I had it on, it was 40% possession for Leicester in the first 10 minutes, that second half. It was all in our half. We had no ball in their half in that 40% possession. So we had 40% of possession, but not one of it was in. Not one of the percent was in their in Leeds half. It was all in Leicester's half. Why are we still playing that kind of football?
Right. Yeah, it's just something to think about. Yeah. I
mean, what was that comment there, Nick Moore? We need fresh ideas. Yes, we do. We need fresh ideas. Get Shaky back from Villa now. Smith's been sacked. Craig Shakespeare would be fantastic to have in the backroom staff. He'd be absolutely brilliant, but not as a manager, of course, just in the backroom staff. But we need new ideas. I honestly think Rodgers, you're going to get the same old story on social media today. You're going to get the same old story now it's finished. Oh, well, we'll look where we were 10 years ago. We won the FA Cup. We won the Community Shield. It's not about then. It's about now. It is about now. It does my head in when people say, well, do you still want League One football like we were 12 years ago? Look where we were 12 years ago. It's not. It's about now. At the minute, the last few weeks, even the Man U game, when we played Man U, that was against a poor Man United side. We could have lost against Brentford quite easily. We're not playing well enough. We are not playing well enough. Things have got to change. Somewhere's got to change. He said he was going to drop players that didn't play very well. Lookman hasn't played well at all. I was hoping for good things from Lookman. But no, he hasn't. To me, Man U, Moscow, we looked amazing and then fell completely off it again. I won't quite say amazing, but we looked better than what we were. But yeah, so another disappointing. I know we got a point, and I know I like saying if you can't win, don't lose. We got a point, but we need to start getting point, or we're going to get dragged back in. We're going to get dragged back. We're looking at 40 points now. That's what we've got to. The first thing is 40 points. And it's going to be tough next. We've got Chelsea and Watford, the next two home games. We've got to get at least 4 points out of that, maybe even 6. It's going to be tough against Chelsea and it's going to be tough against Watford, but we need to get points on the board and quickly before we start getting drawn into it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, similarly, like I'm going to back Brendan for a while, and especially as long as he is manager, I'm going to back him, but there is a point of consistency where you do have to start asking questions. And we discussed the fact that Brendan doesn't have a plan B most of the time, but his plan A definitely has been found out by most teams, because not only are they doing well at thwarting our attacks, but they're doing well at playing through us. And like some of the commenters were saying, other teams have gotten better and we need to keep up with them. Now, the biggest thing that I would say against like the idea of Rodgers leaving sooner rather than later is I just don't know who we would get as a replacement.
Who do you bring in? Yeah, who do you bring in? And that's what happened in Newcastle. That's what's happening in Man U right now. They can't get rid of their manager because who are you going to bring in? I can't believe Norwich fired their manager. Who are they going to bring in? You know, it's like whatever. But what a match today. We need to take this break. Brendan needs to figure out what his best 11 is, because rotating right now is not happening. It's not happening. When we put our best 11 out there, we play a really good game. When we rotate, then we have these conversations where we talk about the players aren't gelling, the passes aren't crisp, they're not connecting. And it's because if you think about last year and the year before, where we didn't have the squad depth, but we kept putting our best 11 out there every week, we were winning games on the spin. You know, we played really good football. But our complaint was the injuries happened, and so we didn't have the squad depth, and we didn't have the ability to rotate. Now we have the ability to rotate, but we just don't have that cohesion where there's no consistency. We consistently are inconsistent, and it's just frustrating. I mean, I'm going to take the point today. I'm going to take the point and move on. But I understand the fans that are just like, look, we're not good enough. I understand, but I'm going to take the point and move on. You know, that's me. That's me.
There was a comment from Craig Hendry a bit earlier, not that one. Here it is. I'll put it up, Elijah.
Sorry, we both just clicked it.
They showed a problem. Well, comparing to Leeds, they moved the ball a lot faster, and it showed up how slow our play is. Yes, it did. They played so much quicker. They wanted the ball. They wanted to play the first ball. They got it. Instead of doing 1, 2, 3 or 4 passes that Leicester did, they got it to the first player in one pass. Instead of fart-arting about at the back in the box with it and passing it around, Leeds did what we should be doing. To be honest, I'd like to know what's our best 11? What is our best 11? Who is our? It keeps swapping and changing it. Who is our best 11? 2.5 years ago, when we beat Newcastle and Southampton 9-0 and 5-0, we were playing quality, quick-flowing football, fast from. All of a sudden, that's just gone, completely gone. And all we're doing is fart-arting about tippy-tappy football at the back, dilly-dallying about whatever you want to call it. And it's not working. It isn't working. And as what's that? Ricardo, Vestergaard, Evans, Maddison, Perez, all had spells out with injuries. No wonder we're inconsistent. But on there, Bertrand isn't a regular. Vestergaard won't be a regular. Perez isn't a regular. Albrighton isn't a regular. Barnes has been in and out of the team. Maddison has been in and out of the team anyway, even when he was fit. There's got to be a point. You're going to stop blaming injuries. You can't just keep blaming injuries all the time. I know it doesn't help, but you can't blame injuries all the time. Nuno, I would have Nuno. He did a cracking job at Wolves. I know he didn't do a very good job at Spurs.
Stop. You guys, stop. Seriously.
Spurs was a disaster for him from the start. He's not that big a manager for that kind of club. He's the same kind of level, the club that he needs to come in. But at the minute, I'm glad somebody agrees with me. At the minute, we need something changing. Whether it's a plan B or the style of football, I don't know. But we need something changing. I've stuck with the last manager. I stuck with Corporal right to the very end, right to that Crystal Palace game when we lost 4-1 at home. I stuck with him and I stuck up to him and gave him, and I wanted him to carry on, and I stuck with him, and I got dog's abuse for it. And then now I'm talking about Rodgers and losing faith of him, and I'm getting the same kind of abuse as well. It's the here and now. It's the here and now we've got to worry about, not the past. We'll sound like Forest and Derby County fans if we keep going on about the past. They haven't won anything for about 100 years, but we keep going on about the past. So, yeah, for me, right, bring Jono on, Elijah. Let's see what he's got to say. Everyone's heard enough of me. Go on, Jono.
To be honest, I think we're very lucky to get away with the draw. However, to be honest, we can't say Brendan didn't try different things, because we went in a new formation. We brought Barnes and he scored. When we're starting to get back into the game in the second half, we changed formations, try and bring a bit more pressure. But did we play well enough? No, but you know, we got a good, you know, it was a good draw. It was an exciting game, some good pieces in there, but I think again we left the change a little bit too late.
Yeah, we were lucky, but Jamie was saying Leeds wanted it. They played hard. They were to the second ball, and they only got a point out of the game at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a good scrappy match.
We should be beating teams Norwich have only scored a few goals this season. Before their last win, the only teams they scored against they scored one goal against us. It took them ages to score another one. We just beat Norwich. Leeds were on a bad run of form. We struggled to draw with them. So
we're inconsistent because at any time we could put 4 past whoever. You know, that's the thing.
Chelsea, we'll play against Chelsea next week in a few weeks and dominate, because that's what we do against the top 6. I can see it happening. We'll play well against the top 6, but when it comes to teams like Leeds, when it comes to Burnley, when it comes to Brighton, the nitty-gritty teams are really hard to break down. We can't do that. When is the change going to come?
Place Colo. Oh my goodness!
You know that's not going to happen under Brendan. Brendan loves Colo Touré.
Right.
When he was playing, Colo Touré was one of the best defenders about. He must know a thing or two. Why is he not working with our defence and showing them how it's done and how the defence is done? We're conceding goals, not conceding goals for fun, but I never look confident when we play, and when there's a set piece. I still don't think I don't look confident at all. I'm hiding behind the sofa every time we have a corner or a set piece. Yeah. I really am.
Do you think it's Brendan? Are people at the stage now it's Brendan out? Are people at that stage yet?
Get out of here.
I wouldn't say Brendan out. I'd say I'm losing faith in him, which is totally different. I hope he proves me wrong.
I'm never saying Brendan out. I'm not saying it, but we need to see a lot of not even changes, yes, but also consistency. We're playing really well one week, and then we play really well in moments, but we get dominated for some parts and then we dominate in the others. Why can't we play dominant the entire game? I don't understand why we play well.
It's like CK's just said. Have we played really well for full 90 minutes in any game this season? I don't think we have. What, for the full 90 minutes? I don't think we were that good for the full night. In the 45, it was about the last 10 minutes where all them goals were scored. Other than that, it was a very tight game. I don't think we've played well at all for a consistent 90 minutes. I really don't. And it's the consistency we need to see. It's not odd 10 minutes here, odd 10 minutes there. We need to be consistent to go up that league, get these points that we need. We still need another 26 points for the 40 points, which is the target we should be getting by nearly Christmas time. But it's not happening. It's not happening. So, yeah, I wouldn't say I'm Brendan out, but I'm losing the faith. It's the style of play that's making me lose the faith. It really is.
I was going to say I'll probably be the last one here to officially say Brendan out. But what I would like to see happen at this point is I think it might be time for Top and the leadership to maybe start giving him very strict, concrete goals. Like, I'm not going to, maybe not an ultimatum where it's like, get this many points or you're gone, but someone needs to talk to him to get him to try to change things. Because every time he has changed things marginally or significantly, the team has done better. Manchester United, Spartak Moscow. Every time we then begin to gravitate back towards that defensive focused, back passing strategy, we get an Arsenal. So yeah. I agree that things need to change, but I do not think the thing that needs to change is the man in the dugout.
And you know what? The manager can only put you in the position. He can only give you the formation. When it comes to effort, when it comes to putting a foot in, when it comes to leaving something on your opponent, that's about the player's attitude when it comes to playing. Today, I saw Samari leaving something on a player, putting a foot in. Whoever gets a yellow today is man of the match to me, because that's effort. That's putting a foot in. That's getting your hip on somebody that's trying to get the ball. Yes, get on the kegs and eggs. You know, it's early in the morning here, and I want to see some action. I want to see some guys grabbing their leg because a Leicester player put a shoulder into him. It's about the effort. And, you know, Leeds was that today. Leeds, they had the effort, but they only put one past us. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, come on, let's back the boys. It was a tough game on the road. Yeah, it's not good enough, but you can't win them all. Brendan can only be, we can't be talking about Brendan out when we're drawing and winning games. If we lose 3 on the bounce, yeah, Brendan out. But come on, guys. We're mid-table. It's a tough league. We watched a pretty good game today. Come on, guys. Let's remember we're the Leicester.
We haven't won in 4 league games now, I think it is. Or is it 4 straight games we haven't won or something like that? So and we don't look like winning, Michael. I don't think we look like winning at all. I really don't. We just haven't got that. I don't know what he does before the game. How does he get him going? How does he wind him up? How does he get him? Who's the leader? Is Casper doing the bit before the changing rooms? They don't see him up for it. They really don't see him up for it, unfortunately. That's why. Like LCF Squares just said, mid-table, but we are a top 6. I'd say that's pushing it a little bit at the minute. But yeah, mid-table, that's all we are at the minute. That's what we'll be challenging for. We'll be mid-table mediocrity.
Yeah.
The games are going to get harder and harder. You start losing more and more games, and the gap grows bigger, and you start getting pulled in to that I'm not saying we're going to get relegated, but you get pulled closer. It gets difficult and difficult. There's always one team that gets pulled into it from nowhere.
Do you think it's time to start dropping Vardy in the starting lineup and bring him on as a super sub? Because in that game, he could have been off the pitch. He could have been sitting down under a cup of tea. Yes, he did a few good headers, like just assisting, but he could have been off the pitch. If he had Daka or Nacho with a hold-up play, why wasn't Nacho playing? Nacho's been the difference maker when we have scored.
Good question. Where was Nacho?
Where was he? I know the injury forced his hand with the Tillerman substitution, bringing on KDH because he could have brought on Nacho. He could have brought on Daka. It seems to be playing risk-free football in my mind. He doesn't want to take any risks. He brought Amati on to change the defensive to hold the 1-1, and then forgot about the attacking ability. Why don't we just go for it? Why don't you just go for it? Put an extra striker on, put 2 strikers on, and go for the win. And go for, at least you're showing something you want to do. And I can't think of the words I want to use, but just no attacking risk. There's no. I don't know.
The Vichai song every game now is getting less and less relevant because that's our identity. That's what grew as our identity, and that's what got us on the map in English football. And every game we're singing it, and like we're not really doing it. We're not. That's we're losing our identity. It's going to be. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, we've had. I think I worked it out the other day. We had 39 games. I think it is now in this year. We've won 17, and then drew and lost the others. Lost 11 and drew 5. I think it is something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's not consistent enough. It's not 6 of them wins with the FA going to the FA Cup. So it's not consistent. It really isn't consistent enough for me. We've got to get a way out of it somewhere along the line. But I don't know. I don't know where it is, where we can go any better. I really don't.
So.
What would you do? Like you say, well, this isn't good enough, but what would your tactics be to change it? What would you, if you're Brendan right now? What would you do?
Give him a kick up the arse, give him a bollocking, and tell him to go out there and do the job properly. They're getting paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, where people are paying money to go and watch that. I don't know what you can even call it. The last few weeks, they need a kick up the arse. He needs to give him a right good bollocking, and it's just annoying now. It really is. But don't seem
the word is Brendan is a nice guy, and he's not a kick the water cooler, throw chairs type of guy in the locker room. If it was me, chairs would be getting thrown. Guys would know that I am upset with their play, and they will have to sit down if they don't play better. And I think that maybe, a scruff of the neck, collar, some laps around the pitch, some push-ups.
I think somebody go in there and just shout at them, like, what are you doing? Like, we give you all this money and all this facilities to be completely top of near the top end of the table. We're not doing it. He needs to go in there and go, right, guys, like, what is happening? What is going on? What's happening? Why are we going the source? Why no one, leaving the pitch, bloody noses and muddle up their shirts? What's happening? Where's the passion?
Yeah, that's a good one. Where's Pratt? Dennis Pratt. Why do we let go of him?
Well, yeah,
it was a baffling
decision.
I'll admit, because again, I'll defend Brendan most of the time, but that I think is one of the most shocking decisions he's made.
You haven't asked the question yet, so I'm not sure whether there is one. Man of the match. Who is going to be man of the match? Who would you pick? Because I honestly can't think of a man of the match today. I really can't. Again,
I'm going to say Barnes.
I might say Wilfred Ndidi.
Wilfred, yeah, he had a decent game. He picked, but they were still making sloppy mistakes. Him and Sumeri. I honestly could not pick. If I had to watch the game again, which I'm glad I don't have to pick a man of the match, I can't pick one. I really couldn't pick a man of the match. Maybe Barnes for his goal. Maybe Barnes for the goal. But other than that, I mean, Barnes didn't do that much throughout the whole game, did he? There was no attacking. They had played two wingers and they didn't drive forward. Where you got Rafinha and Rodrigo and Phillips driving forward from the midfield for them. It's just not good enough. It's just not good enough for me. Anyway, personally, it's just not good enough.
Well, none of us are happy. It's just, are we in a slump at the moment? Will we pick up? Will we get out of the slump? There's somebody's been going for.
I hope so.
Sorry, John. Go ahead.
No, go on, Elijah.
Well, I was going to say, I don't think any of us are sitting here going, I'm glad we got a draw. But especially around, the fact that, people are now calling for Rodgers, that I think our concern is that we do have a belief that things can get better under Rodgers still. Particularly if we get James Justin and Wesley Fofana back. Because we saw some of that in preseason as well when we had Fofana. And yes, the boat needs to be rocked, but if we rock the boat too much, do we risk ending up like an Arsenal under Mikel Arteta and Unai Emery situation where we just end up almost permanently in mediocrity and even in a point where a few games into the season, people are calling you relegation favorites.
But now they're on a good streak. They're in fourth, they're in fifth now. They've won 4 of the last 6 games and drawn 2.
It is a fair point.
They float. The thing is, when they made a change, it took a long time for them to start seeing the results with a new manager. They're finally seeing a good progressive momentum with Arsenal. And do we need to make a sort of drastic, not get rid of the manager, of course not, but do we need to see personnel change, a radical difference to this team to make that sort of difference?
I would completely agree with that. It's clear that something needs to change. And I don't think anybody is going to say that doesn't need to be the case. And again, I think part of it might just be that I personally really like Brendan Rodgers. I think that he's done incredible things with the club and he's still doing good things with the club, but just something isn't working. And yeah, I think it could be some of the coaching staff. I think whoever is teaching these players defensive strategy and set piece defending, get out. But there's changes that need to be made. But yeah, I do not think that Brendan needs to be the thing that needs to change yet.
It doesn't. No, we don't need to get rid of Brendan. It's just tactically or personnel wise, we need to mix things up. Maybe we could, play Barnes in front, or maybe we could see Daka more, Iheanacho more. I think it's the time has gone where we all focus on countering to Vardy. Maybe we have a different sort of tactics, but passing around the back is not it. Teams are sussed us out for hoofing up the pitch and getting to Vardy and scoring. The times has changed where passing around the back and sort of getting forward is not there. We need to bring us identity back. That will work, but finding that is difficult.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a lot of unhappy fans out there at the minute. I don't think anyone knows. There's no right or wrong answer to this at all at the minute, is there? It'd be nice if we could get an answer. Or it'd be nice if the players came out and apologised instead of just putting on social media, tough game, but on to next week or whatever. That's all you seem to get. There's no apologies or anything or how bad we played. It's just constant, tough game.
Vardy,
let's move on.
I'm sorry. Vardy is often the guy who comes out and says, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, fans. You deserve better. We need, they haven't said that. So maybe they've got a plan in place. Maybe they're so it's getting better, or maybe they've just not. I don't know, but something needs to change fast.
So final thoughts for me is that, sorry guys, bad game. Move on to the next. But I mean, like, let's take a break. We've played a string of games. We won 4 in a row at one point. We've had a very exciting penalty shootout win. And, we've had a really tough loss at Arsenal and a crazy game today. Leicester City football is a roller coaster. I've learned that the last 6 or 7 seasons following this club. It makes my heart jump. I'm getting ready to go to work right now, and, I'm going to go to work and I'm going to talk about football, and, people are going to be irritated about me, an American, talking about soccer on a Sunday when everyone wants to watch NFL. And I just love this club. I love doing the watch-alongs with you guys. I really appreciate the camaraderie that we have, rooting for a football team together. It sucks we didn't get 3 points today, but we did get a point. And that's all I got to say about it. Thanks, guys.
Like Matthias has said, I wish I didn't care so much, because when we lose, my whole week feels bad. I tell you what, I'm exactly the same as him.
Yeah.
My missus won't talk to me when we lose, so at least we got a point, so it won't be too bad tonight. So at least you'll speak to me.
Last international break, we came back. We won 4 in a row. This time, do the same thing. Bring it all back. Have a nice break. Vardy's needs a break. Tielemans looks like he's got a bit of an injury with his ankle. Hopefully that's nothing serious. Gives him time to rest. Come back, and we'll hopefully, when we get back from the international break, we get back and we resolve this issue, and we go on with a good winning streak.
Well,
cheers.
Let's hope so. Right then, Michael. Michael's gone. Michael's gone.
You guys.
Rightio. We'll see you later, Jono. Cheers, pal.
Thanks,
thank you. Elijah.
Right.
Well, did you enjoy that, pal?
Well, what I would say is, like, for my closing thoughts, there were positives to take from that match. And I think one of the biggest things was when we started actually pressing Leeds' back line, we looked a whole different animal. And I'm really hoping that we saw Brendan taking a lot of notes during this game. I'm hoping he applies some of that, because I think that is ultimately the biggest thing that so many fans are complaining about. And I'm sure Brendan knows about this, that fans are frustrated with the idea of passing around the back and hoping that we can hoof the ball over and maybe find Jamie Vardy or Harvey Barnes, because at the end of the day, that's Sam Allardyce football. And that's 15th to 20th place. And when these players are capable of a high press, I'm really hoping that we can see some of that come out in more matches, because this is a team that can and does play well, and we need to find that again. I don't think that it's time to start pulling rugs and tearing roots, but something's got to change, and I'm really hoping that will be it. I'm hoping we see more pressing. I do.
It's like the comment here. One of the comments was, if you start playing out the back, where's it gone? If you're playing out the back, you're putting the opposition one step ahead on their attacking. They're already up the field. They're already up the field already. So, for me, it's just a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? At the minute, we don't know where.
Two of the keyest opportunities, one for each team, came from a center back being dispossessed while trying to play from the back. One was Wilf's chance in the penalty area, and one was I don't remember which Leeds player it fell to. It was probably Rafinha or Rodrigo, but it was off of Soyuncu getting dispossessed. When you hold, just like that comment said, when you hold the ball in the back line and you're getting high pressed, you're asking to concede a goal.
Yeah. Well, Elijah, we'll leave it on that note today. Much appreciated for the watch along. What are you doing the rest of the day then? You going back to bed for a few hours to get some kit?
May indeed. I just managed to sneak in breakfast during the post-match chat. It's actually just entered midday here, so probably just going to head out to the races.
It's half past 5 here. Patrick says, can I go refund on your flight tickets, Jamie? No, I can't, unfortunately. But no, I'll be there for the Chelsea game and the Legia Warsaw game. So hopefully in the next 2 weeks, at least I'll see some decent football. But Elijah, we'll let you go. Thanks a lot for doing the watch along. Much appreciated. And we'll see you through the week, pal.
Have a good one.
Have a good week. There's a lot. Oops. there we go. That's all done and dusted. Leicester went to Leeds. We needed 3 points from Leeds. It would have been a decent 3 points. If we'd got it, it would have given us a bit of confidence before the international break. But unfortunately, we didn't. With a direct free kick from Rafinha, and then Harvey Barnes scored an absolutely worldie to equalise. Unfortunately, we're still playing too slow out the back. But there's one thing for sure. We're all Leicester, and we'll keep following them until we die. So it's goodbye from me. It's ciao, ciao, adios, goodbye. Top of the evening to you. Come on, you foxes.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.